Boys Night, Boys Night, Boys Night, Boys Night. Welcome to Boys Night, where we, three best friends come together and talk about movies that we've watched over the week.
Don't you fucking assume.
Well, we're gonna watch 3 movies every week, and one's gonna be a silent hitter that no one really knows about. The second one's gonna be maybe a favorite of one of ours that we'd like to show the group. And the third one's gonna be the main event, the one that we all pretty much love or hate, that we really want to spend a lot of time talking about. There is a spoiler alert. We will be spoiling all of these movies, so if you have not seen them and you don't want to hear about them,
go watch it first.
Go watch it,
and then come back here.
Now.
Yes.
Yeah, pause and come back after you watched it.
That gives us 2 views right there. So.
Yeah,
exactly.
Please, you're helping us out. Support the podcast.
Exit out and then come back in.
Do it 3-4 more times.
Yeah.
Like, rack it up. Baby.
Rack it up. Please help us. Support us. We are gonna try not to curse. We will be cursing in this podcast, but we're gonna try not to in the first minute for your delicate ears and that delicate ad revenue that we're trying to so hardly get.
So if you don't like cursing, this isn't for you. Yeah. We just let it fly.
Yeah.
I already let it fly one time without even realizing. As soon as I said it, I was like, oops.
Take that out in post. Yeah. All right, so now we're just gonna jump right into it.
And our movie lineup this week is going to be Tusk, Zoolander, and Coco. Mm-hmm. So, if you don't want spoilers in those 3 movies, come back.
Get the fuck out, and then get the fuck back in.
And if you don't care about it, stay.
So the funny thing is, it hasn't been a minute, and we already got 3 cuss words.
Yeah.
Has it not been a minute?
Oh, yeah, I did say get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Well,
it's fine. We'll get them next week. It's cool.
We're still starting up.
Yeah. We got a penny so far. We'll get more later.
Next time, be like, let us know when the minute hits.
Yeah, shit.
Oh, do we have like a bell?
Yeah.
Oh,
that'd be cool.
That'd be sweet.
Ting.
All right. So let's jump into it. We're going to summarize the first movie, which normally we would do Zoolander first, because we want to do one that's near and dear to our heart first.
Yeah.
But we watched Tusk.
And it has changed our whole mind. We're like, dude, this has to be talked about first.
Yeah.
Like, usually we write notes while we watch it, and it takes up like half a page, and then we'll do additional notes after to fill out the page. But in at least my first viewing of Tusk, I filled out the whole page.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I think I took up 2 or 3 pages. I was going hard on these notes.
I didn't, but it was my most... note-taking out of the other 3. Most noted.
Yeah, I'm just ashamed of myself because I forgot my notebook today. But I just watched the movie today, so it's fresh. It's fresh.
To summarize the movie, it follows podcasters, which...
Near and dear to our hearts.
It follows... it mainly follows one podcaster, but it starts off on their podcast, Justin Long and the guy from I See Dead People.
Oh, yeah.
Haley Joel Osment.
Yeah, there you go.
There it is. I'm bad with actor names. But they watch a viral video of this guy gone wrong in his video. And then he wants to go interview this guy, even though he's been completely embarrassed. He just wants anything for views. Kind of a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And then he goes to Canada to go interview this guy, and he passed.
A lot of stuff happens.
Yeah. So he just wanted to find something else. So he was just scrambling for anything. Finds a note in a bathroom of this guy giving up a room and board for just some simple tasks, and then he goes there to meet this older fellow, and. There's a twist, which we'll talk about.
Yeah, we'll get to.
Yeah.
So that's just a quick summary.
Yeah, quick summary. So, I don't know. Who wants to start with...
Oh, I'll start, dude.
Yeah.
So, first off, the name of the podcast is Nazi.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Nazi
the Nazi
Party.
Nazi Party, yeah. But it's Notsee.
Yeah, so
party.
you can't see, not see.
Because the gimmick of this podcast is the Wallace, who's played by Justin Long. His name is Wallace. That's a great name because of what happens later. I'll tell you
I didn't even think about that. Wow.
Yeah, Wallace the Walrus.
Yeah.
I'll get into that in a little bit. Anyway, so Wallace will go out and find these people and interview them that have interesting stories. And usually, I'm assuming it's from viral videos. There's a video that just went big in the movie universe where this kid was playing with he's probably not a kid. The guy seemed like he was in his 20s. He's an older guy.
Yeah, a little older.
Yeah. So he was playing in his garage, as people do, with a very sharp samurai sword.
Yeah.
Katana, one could call it. So he was acting like he was Kill Bill. And so he has the name Kill Bill Kid.
Yeah.
Turns out, chopped his damn leg off because he was being an idiot with the sword.
I thought he was going to just chop a finger off.
Dude, when I had to replay it 4 times to see how the hell clean sweep.
Yeah, he must have just sharpened it or something.
Oh, exactly. He just it's not even. It's like paper. He cuts through his leg like it's paper.
Yeah.
Anyway, this video goes viral. That sparks these guys on the Nazi. Can I remember the Nazi
party?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Easy name to remember. I'm just an idiot. The Nazi Party podcast. They want Wallace wants to go interview him for the podcast, and so Wallace goes out and interviews people, and his partner, I think Teddy is his name, played by Haley Joel Osment. He stays, and Wallace goes, interviews him, and brings back the stories, and then it's all about how Teddy reacts to the story. That's their gimmick of a podcast. It does not go to plan in this movie.
First off, Justin Long, national treasure.
National treasure.
And it blew my mind because usually when you see Justin Long, he's the character that you always root for.
Yeah.
He's like the underdog or the skinny, nerdy kid.
Like in Dodgeball.
In this movie, hated him.
Yeah.
I never thought I could hate Justin Long.
So that was I literally just talked about this not too long ago, how Justin Long is always the same exact character in every movie he plays. In this movie, I was halfway through my notes, I was like, shit. He's a totally different person in this movie.
Oh, yeah.
It was wild. I had never seen him in this kind of light. He's the same person, and he's Justin Long. I can't get him out of my head in that sense. But, he was, honestly, he killed it in this acting.
He was great.
I was like, holy shit, this guy's a piece of shit.
Oh, yeah.
I don't love him.
I never imagined I could hate him, but he made me hate him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's an ass the whole time. There's a scene where the girlfriend's describing how he used to be. Mm-hmm. I miss the old Wallace, and it was that guy sounded like Justin Long.
And I was like, oh, that's cool.
And now he turns into an asshole.
Yeah, he let fame take a hold, and he just wants anything for fame.
That's literally what he says in the movie.
Yeah,
too.
Throw you guys under the bus if there's fame.
We want the old chance back.
His character was a struggling comedian, and then he got this juggernaut of a podcast, in his own words.
Yeah.
And so that he turns into a douchebag because he's got fame now, and people are actually liking him, and he's trying to get in all these roles, and so he goes to interview the Kill Bill Kid. Kill Bill Kid kills himself, obviously, because he's getting such horrible notoriety from the movie. Or the video clip.
Yeah.
And then Justin Long the whole time's like, oh, that kid's so selfish. How can he do that?
Yeah, 2 more fucking days.
Yeah, he's in the bar, being drinking a beer and getting pissed off because the kid killed himself and he can't interview him now.
Yeah.
Which I think the kid so the kid turns down an interview from Oprah and wants the Nazi Party to come interview him. Mm-hmm. I think he did that because he was going to kill himself and he wanted Justin Long's character Wallace to see him.
Yeah.
Hey, this is what you did to me.
Yeah.
But, Wallace being such a cock doesn't see
this
that.
Asshole.
He does not see that.
That's a good one, Chance.
Thank you.
So it's just weird to see Justin Long, and I kind of just reiterate that point.
Yeah.
So yeah, he ends up in this bar. He calls his friend Teddy, hey, dude killed himself. We're fucked. What are we going to do?
Yeah.
Then he decides to go take a piss. Lo and behold, he sees a nice note on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Don't want to interrupt your flow or anything,
but
you're
good.
You skipped a very crucial part. Epic mealtime guy.
That's what I wrote down.
Yes,
Okay.
I realized I skipped it and I was sad, but I just kept going.
So, his name's Harley Morenstein.
Yeah.
He fucking follows me on Twitter, dude.
Does he
Whoa.
He follows me on Twitter.
Wow.
So,
Bro.
it's not that special because
Spread your fame.
he has the same amount of followers as he does that he follows people.
Hey, he sounds like a good guy.
Yeah,
But,
he
yeah.
loves people.
Yeah, he follows back.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit. I commented on his tweet one time and immediate follow back. I was like, oh, I was so happy.
I made it.
Yeah.
I made it. Oh, it was so cool.
But yeah, this is nice
that's why I
seeing him
wrote
in this
that.
Oh,
down,
yeah.
too.
He was.
He's so fun. And yeah, he's in, what is that called? Video Game High School.
Oh, yeah. By
What were you gonna
Rocket
say?
Jump. Well, I was going to say, Harley says one of my favorite quotes in the whole movie, which is, sadness comes from the USA.
Oh, yeah.
You're the red, white, no blue.
You Americans are red, white, and blue. Us Canadians are red, white, no blue.
No blue.
Oh, he was great.
That was a funny
There's
scene.
a couple can of do's and can of don'ts when you're in Canada.
Their whole joke scene was hilarious. Oh, I was cracking up.
I just like that he was like so friendly, and as soon as Wallace said like I forgot what he said, but then you just see like Harley's face change, and he's like,
yeah, he says it was about hockey teams. You're in betwixt the Kings and some other hockey team, because Wallace is from New Jersey and he moved to L.A. So Harley was making a New Jersey L.A. hockey joke, and he says, I don't really follow hockey. And that's when Harley gets pissed off because he's Canadian. He says, you don't say that to a Canadian.
Yeah. That's so funny.
But yeah, continue on to your...
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm just kind of free-flowing with, like, kind of the scenes of the movie. So, yeah, so they get to... He's in the bathroom. He sees this nice note. First off, if you see a handwritten note in cursive in the bathroom, you probably shouldn't follow it.
Yeah.
No.
That's my first inkling.
Why are you reading it?
Well, yeah. Well, you gotta have something to read when you're peeing, you know? Nah. So he reads this flyer, and it says, essentially... Look, I'm a dude that's gone all over the world. I have all these interesting stories. All I need is someone to come to my house and take care of, like, all the small things that you do around a house, like...
Because he says he's in a wheelchair.
Yeah, he's wheelchair bound, so he just needs help around the house, and he'll give you free room and board. So Wallace, being the opportunist, says, hell yeah, I need to get a story.
Yeah.
So he goes on down there. It's located in, I want to say Bifrost? You guys remember?
Yeah, Bifrost.
Yeah, so it's like 2 hours north of Winnipeg. By the way, I just watched this movie today. That's why it's so fresh in my mind.
I was like, wow, this is perfect.
It's so fresh in my mind.
Yeah, and he gets directions from the two girl clerks in the movie, which are played by Kevin Smith's daughter, Harley Quinn Smith, and Johnny Depp's daughter.
Yeah, Johnny Depp's daughter.
Yeah. And they're the people that play yoga hosers, which I will also get to later.
Oh, yeah.
But it's cool because they're playing two clerks, which is Kevin Smith's come up with the clerks, which is like super cool that he puts his daughter in. I'm guessing Johnny Depp's like his friend or something.
Well, it's got to be because later on, okay.
But
I'll wait for that.
Yeah. But yeah, it was just cool that he like started that up too for them.
Oh, I definitely
it's
agree.
really close to home.
I think it was good. Yeah, and they were funny too. They were like funny characters.
I can't wait until we watch Yoga Hosers.
Let's just jump into Yoga Hosers real quick. I mean, we're talking about them.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
I'm pretty sure they're both in Yoga Hosers.
Yeah, they are. They're
the lead characters.
Yeah, okay. So another movie by Kevin Smith is called Yoga Hosers, and it's played by these two ladies, and they are both clerks in this movie that are also aficionados of yoga.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I did not know that part.
That's why it's called Yoga Hosers.
I mean, I was like, oh, it's Canadian something.
I'll read this. Here's a description. 2 teenage yoga enthusiasts. That's like the first words in the description of the movie.
And it's part of the title.
I mean...
They do battle with an evil presence that is threatening to rise from its underground lair.
Whoa.
That could, yeah.
Do you know who had an underground lair?
Howard.
Okay. Yeah, there's more walrus side coming around. All right, back to the thing. So... Wallace shows up at this house. He starts talking to a gentleman named Howard Hugh?
Yeah, Howard Howe.
Howard Howe. I would call him Hugh.
Because as soon as he said his first name, I was like, your name's Howard Howe.
So he talks to this guy named Howard Howe, who is like... You kind of first get the feeling that he's like this old school adventurer type.
Yeah.
Because he has all these crazy stories.
That's one thing he said. He was like... you could have... he had a random bottle on his wall, and he just shared a random-ass story about it. And he was like...
It's about how he met Ernest Hemingway.
Okay. I ain't gonna lie. I wasn't sober watching this. So my notes are a little weird. But my note about him was, imagination can be the false reality of power.
Ooh,
so, basically in my mind, it was like, he talked about... Oh, yeah, I know. That came out of nowhere. So, it was like... He told this whole story about the bottle, and I was like, holy shit, like, this guy can be lying out of his ass, but because of how much imagination he has, it's like, Justin Long, the whole time, he was like, wow, you're fucking cool, dude. Yeah. Like, he was like, this guy's so badass.
See, I put myself in that situation. Yeah. I was blanking out on all of his stories. I was just standing there like, oh, yeah.
No, I like that, though, because that's true, because Wallace was all for his stories, 100%.
He was. It was weird.
All for it. Now, I was thinking this guy's probably a lying piece of shit, but...
Yeah.
I mean, you could believe it, though.
Who knows?
But the way he was telling the stories, he had emotion behind him, like you wanted to believe what he was saying. Yeah.
He was enforcing it so well. That I was like, holy shit.
He's getting choked up at some parts. Like when he talked about... the story with the bottle is about Ernest Hemingway and Operation... Pluto. I could be wrong. Operation something with a P. It's about storming Normandy before it's called Yeah. Beside the point. Anyway, so he has a story about him meeting Ernest Hemingway on a boat when Ernest was in the army. But because Ernest was so high valued, they didn't want him storming the beaches, so they kept him there. And he was a kitchen boy, so that's how they met.
Yeah.
Howard then, he talks about later how when he heard about all the people they lost during that battle, he gets choked up when he's talking about that, which just makes it even more real. Kind of like to emphasize your point there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That was
kind of wild.
That was wild, yeah.
Yeah. He puts fact into, like, bullshit.
Yeah.
And it works. It's like, whoa.
But it was cool seeing Justin Long get like excited because like it kind of shows like the old Wallace that she was talking about. Like he was excited about action stories, but then he brings like all of his like crude parts back, like talking about the walrus dick. And,
Yeah.
I mean, I thought it was funny.
Yeah,
it was funny.
Walrus bachium, actually, it's the bone inside the dick.
Yeah.
And so
only the part inside.
So Wallace goes to this place. He then starts hearing all these crazy, fascinating stories from Howard, and Howard is like giving him this tea the whole time. Now, quick note: this is one of the notes I made is okay. Howard said he's in a wheelchair. Why is he moving his leg around?
Yeah,
he moved his leg all the time.
Yeah, I was thinking, realize.
Yeah, he crosses his legs all the time.
Yeah.
They kept being crossed. I'm like, does he just move his leg over? I feel like that would just be a hassle.
Yeah. Well, see, I wonder also, like, maybe he's not paralyzed. Maybe he's just, like, got such bad arthritis he just can't stand that well.
Yeah,
so I actually crossed that note out.
Like
I crossed
Professor
it out.
X.
Yeah. Well, he's straight up paralyzed.
Like, I thought that maybe one of his like legs were immobile, and then he was just using the other one to like cross and be comfortable. And I was like,
I can see that.
But the note I made was never drink a stranger's drink.
Oh yeah.
Like
especially when he's not drinking it either.
And you're in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
You just don't do that.
So that was another thing. This whole time that he's telling these stories, he's drinking this tea that Howard made for him. But the thing is, I'm pretty sure the tea had like something in it, like.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, it was brewed that way.
But like, so he would keep drinking it because finally,
I see what you're saying.
Eventually, he drinks so much of this tea that he gets drugged. He was drugged by Howard Howe, and he ends up passing out on the floor. But the last scene that he has before, like the last vision he has before passing out, he was reaching for more tea.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I'm like, does this have like something that makes him want more?
Well, he did say it was really good. He said this is like the first time I've ever drank tea.
He's like, yeah, exactly. He was like, this is like, I've never drank tea before.
And then he
like,
put a little bit of crack in there and just keep going for it.
So yeah.
So the dude wakes up and he's all groggy. Like he just doesn't know where the hell he's at. He's in this hospital gown and he's in this like old-timey wheelchair thing. And Howard is sitting across from him polishing a walrus tusk, which should really tell you where the movie's going.
Yeah.
Oh! We forgot to mention, Howard talked about being lost at sea before Wallace gets knocked out.
And he was stuck on an island with a walrus that saved his life.
Yes, so he loves walrusi. I don't know the walrus is.
He says that they're better than humans.
Yes, he says that walrus are better than humans. This walrus saved him, gave him warmth when he needed it, gave him companionship. I think he said he was on that rock for like 6 months.
Yeah.
And he called it Mr. Tusk.
Yes, and he named him Mr. Tusk after his old professor, Mr. Tuskegee, from his boys' home.
Oh, very nice. I remember that part.
Yeah, so anyway, cut to Wallace waking up. Turns out Howard told him that he was bitten by a brown recluse. A hobo spider, they call it.
Yeah.
He says multiple times.
Yeah, yeah. Say that multiple times.
Yeah. So he said that it crawled out of his pant leg, and that he called the doctor over, and the doctor didn't want to take him to a hospital.
Yeah,
because he had all the tools there, and then Wallace takes off the blanket that's on him, and he has no fucking leg.
He's missing a leg.
Yeah,
from the knee down, I think is what it was.
Yeah,
yes, from the knee down, he's missing the leg. Do you remember the doctor's name?
I couldn't remember.
I can't remember. It starts with a B, but it's Moosely.
Oh.
I thought it was a moose. I thought we were gonna see a moose man.
Okay.
I want to come to that later.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah, we will. So yeah, he pretty much says like, "Hey, the doctor had to do this," and then Wallace is like, "I need to talk to him." He's like, "Oh, he's off doing rounds," and you start seeing his lie like come undone because Wallace like questions on him, and then you see what's the
Howard?
Yeah,
Howard.
you see him like start to panic and like
Think about it.
Yeah.
He even starts laughing at some points
But
too.
he's
That got
consistent
me.
though.
Yeah.
He says the same stuff every time.
yeah, every time.
Every time. So, oh, it's a brown recluse. It's a brown recluse that bit you. Yeah, I saw the spider. Oh, yeah, it's Dr. Mussolini, I think is his name.
Yeah.
The
But he's out on his rounds.
and that
We're in the middle of nowhere.
the doctors like recommended taking away all the phones in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or he stepped on it.
Yeah, so Wallace
Isn't
asked
that
for a
what he
cell
said?
phone, and apparently the doctor stepped on his cell phone and broke it into
stepped
pieces.
on
But
it.
then got
Yeah.
rid of all the other phones in the house.
Because I
Yeah.
don't want to distract you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So you can
So
just see
funny.
that the dude's holding him here for this reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it just gets wilder and wilder. Later, they're at dinner, and he's trying to get him to eat. This is when
Shit goes down.
it really goes down, and you really realize that he's fucked.
Yeah, this
Wallace
is-
is fucked.
This is where I saw the point. And same part as Justin Long, like where his lie was, because
Yeah.
he was like, "Oh, what the spider looked like," and he said it was tiny. I was like, "Dude, brown recluses are so fucking big."
Aren't you scared of spiders anyway?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're big in your eyes.
Well, no, because we used to have an emergency brown recluse kit when we lived in Ohio.
Oh, really?
And dude, like the picture was this big.
Oh,
but
shit.
it said the size. I can't remember, but they're big,
Bigger than a quarter.
brown, and they're you know when you see them.
And they're reclusive.
Yeah, and like he called it like a small
Yeah.
little thing. I'm like,
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, okay. I want to say this, too. Howard's constant quotes, I loved.
oh yeah,
He
Yeah.
constantly threw quotes out from books and just things, and
Yeah.
it was amazing. And the way he spoke was great.
Yeah. See, that's what it is. Yeah. If you have knowledge
Yeah.
and a good imagination, it's like you can basically convince anybody. Like,
Oh, yeah.
anything. You might have to drug him a little bit, but
A little bit.
that's besides the point.
Yeah. So they're at dinner, and that's when Justin Long. So Howard asked Wallace, Howard asked Wallace, "Why aren't you eating?" He says, "I can't move my arms."
My arms.
Which is not normal for a knee surgery. You should be able to move your arms.
This part was scary.
Yeah. And then that's as Chance says, that's when the lie just starts to unravel.
He gives up at that
Yeah.
point.
and then you start saying like, "Let me go, let
Yeah.
me go," and starts screaming. And I wrote down a note when he stood up, like Howard
Yeah.
stands
I was
up,
like, ugh!
I freaked the fuck out.
Yeah.
I instantly went back to the line I crossed out with him being in a wheelchair, and I just went, I'm right above it.
I'm right.
I'm right.
Yeah. So yeah, it was a scary scene because like eventually like Justin Long's character, he started screaming in pain, or not pain, like
Help me,
he was
help
like,
me.
yeah, I'm being tortured, and then motherfucker stands up out of his wheelchair and he's like, oh, he starts screaming with him.
Well, he walks up first and slaps the shit out of him.
Yeah,
Howard walks up to Wallace and just slaps him. He's like, all right, this is how it's going to go.
dude. Oh.
And then Wallace starts screaming, and then he starts screaming with him.
yeah,
like,
because they're in the middle of nowhere, so he's like, nobody can fucking hear you.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna scream back.
well, I also
And it was
think
like-
it's when you see like, this dude's disturbed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's crazy.
He's enjoying this.
Yeah, he is not sane.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
insane.
He starts laughing.
Yeah, and he starts like laughing and grunting and
Yeah.
like doing that weird growl out. Yeah, he's just like growl out.
Oh my God.
So what the hell is happening?
Oh, it's so wild.
It just starts going crazy, and then
He pretty much breaks down what he wants Justin there for.
yes, he says, "I made a lifelike walrus suit,
Yeah.
and you're either gonna be a walrus or you're gonna die.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make you into a walrus."
I don't even know why he gave him an option.
Yeah.
Because he
I
just
know.
puts him.
I think he
And
wants him to like embrace it. He'd
Yeah.
rather him embrace it than him force him into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like later on, like you see why it's an option.
So he learns about the whole walrus thing. So the guy wants to basically recreate Mr. Tusk.
Yeah.
That was a clue as what he was doing. Is when Wallace first gets knocked out, he says, he says something along the lines.
Oh,
of,
yeah,
and then
he's
he
like-
calls him Mr.
He
Tusk.
tells him Mr. Tusk.
Yeah. So that's a big first clue.
Yeah.
So starting now, we're gonna not break it scene by scene because we
speed
want
it
you
up.
to watch this movie.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you have to watch this movie. So we're just gonna hit like the rest of our notes. But dude, we're saying watch this movie.
Yeah,
Like,
you have to.
It's insane.
yeah.
And it was a low budget film and like not very well known. But that's why it's so good. Like I love movies like this.
Yeah.
'Cause it's like you make it with a story, not like visuals. So
But the visuals were good though.
they were pretty good.
The only like iffy scene was the first scene with the Kill Bill kid.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah,
That was it. I thought it was
when
fake.
the leg flies off.
Yeah.
You can tell it's not really his leg. But
Yeah. But then they
I'll
treated it
also
seriously.
bring that up at the end because I have a little tidbit of that at the end.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool.
So do you guys like have any spark notes from here to the end of the movie that we should start?
So all I have is I don't want to bring that up. So there's a couple different things. There's a surprise character that comes in. Watch it so you know who it is. It's actually really funny. I love it.
Yeah, we can say it.
Are you
Spoiler.
sure?
Yeah,
Okay, well, here.
We've given a spoiler warning, and we also said in the middle of the movie, like, fucking watch this movie.
Well, I think we should say something real quick.
Yeah.
So Wallace gets his phone back eventually. He finds his phone. He calls his girlfriend and Teddy.
Yeah.
Calls him up, says, "Hey, I got fucking kidnapped. I need help."
Yes.
So that gets them to get the police involved in Canada.
Yeah.
So when the police get involved,
Yeah.
that's when our surprise person comes in.
In between then, he gets hit with a walrus stick. I just had to point that out. He got hit with the walrus stick.
The brachial,
Yeah, he got hit on the head.
Okay, he gets
So
the
funny.
phone. Howard comes up, smacks him in the back of the head with the walrus stick. He's knocked out.
But
So then, the surprise character is Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Which I didn't know was him at first.
I didn't
think
either
it's
until
so
I just
funny.
saw the IMDb, if we're being honest.
my note was, is that Johnny Depp? And then,
That same here, I was like, Johnny Depp?
and then I wrote a little tad. I was like, yep.
Yep.
So he comes in, and then he has some really funny scenes. Like, he's a character that, like, at first, I was kind of annoyed with him, but then it just becomes funny because of that. He had this joke where, it cracked me the fuck up. It's not like super appropriate, I guess, but he said, they call Howard Howe, like, Howard Howe has a bunch of fake names. They called him the first wife because they torture you, but they don't fuck you. I thought that was so fucking funny, dude. Oh, it cracked me up. And then there's this scene where they find the address, and they do the whole thing where he like takes a pencil and draws it over.
Yes,
the
I
thing.
wrote that down too.
This was
dude.
so funny. So they were trying to find the address that Justin Long's character wrote down in the very beginning. So he drew pencil over it so it would reveal what he wrote down. And then they were like, wow, that was really cool. And he was like, that was in Big Lebowski. And he was like, that's where I learned it from?
Teddy's like, they're doing Big Lebowski. He's like, that's actually where I learned it from.
It was so funny, dude. Oh,
But it's
I
weird.
laughed
It's
so hard.
How is that still the last note? Like, they just don't use that note.
They don't use that pad. They don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Dude.
Oh, by the way, when he was in that gas station or the convenience store, he was the biggest cock in the world.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And he just starts writing on the back of the chick.
Yeah, she's like, I'm going to write on you real quick.
Yeah.
use your
He takes a pencil pad and he's just being an ass about getting it. And there's a lady standing next to him and she has his back to him. He just puts the pad on the back of her and starts writing.
Yeah.
Like,
It cracks me up.
fucking ass.
Okay, so, I guess to summarize the movie...
I got some more.
Yeah, there's a lot more.
No, we got to talk about what he looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it cuts to the scene where Wallace is on the table. And
Yes.
that was the most terrifying
Yes.
scene in the whole
Absolutely.
movie. Because both his legs are now gone.
Yep.
Yeah.
And now his elbows are sewn to his torso.
Yeah. It's a good way of... how did he say a T-Rex being crucified?
Yeah.
That's a great way of describing it.
Yeah, and some of his teeth are knocked out and his mouth's all bloody because they took out his tongue.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the scariest part of the movie because shit like this always scares me because you watch movies like Nightmare on Elm Street and a bunch of that stuff, like Supernatural, I'm like, it got this pop-up, so that's it. This scares me more because it's possible. Like, people could, like, abduct you and do this shit to you.
You know, I was thinking the whole time is if they save him, this is before I know about the end.
Yeah.
If they save him, what is his quality of life like after?
No, I would ask them to kill me.
That's what I was saying is like, would you just say shoot me? Like,
I would
fucking
have to.
kill me.
Yeah.
But the thing is, he can't fucking talk. Dude. He doesn't have a tongue.
Okay, so Wallace ends up as close to a walrus as a human can possibly get.
But his suit is made out of human skin.
yes,
skin.
of his skin mixed with other people's skin. That
And we end up finding out that this isn't the first time that this dude has done this.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's killed at least 23 people before him.
Fuck.
I called it too. I have a note in my notebook saying, was there more? Because I saw on the flyer, there's like, you know when you make a flyer for people to like pull pieces off with your phone number on
There's
it?
multiple missing.
There's multiple missing. And I saw that, I was like, oh, he killed way more people.
And so Howard starts pretty much training him to be a walrus. He feeds him mackerels.
Yeah.
And then he's
Only
like...
after he starves him, though.
Yeah.
To make sure he eats it.
Oh, yeah, 100%. And then he has to have him do swimming training.
Yeah,
so
he got trained to swim.
Yeah.
He has a machine that has a chain, pull him into the water where Wallace has to swim, but then you see dead
that's when
walrus
you
is
Dude,
under there.
That freaked me the fuck
I'm
out.
gonna have nightmares. And just when you first see Wallace, when
Yeah.
you first see him as a
Oh,
walrus,
scary. Because he's screaming too. That's why it's freaking
because like
out.
it pans
whole
over
time.
his body and you can see like little like ears in some places and a dude's nose on his back because it's other people's
It's
skin.
other people.
And it's like it's all the skin that the guy cuts off that he uses to make this bodysuit.
Yeah.
And it's just like it's him screaming when you first see it with the tusks.
Oh, it scared me.
Blood
But
coming out of his mouth.
Fucking terrifying.
when he was in the water, this is where I wrote this note. Like, as soon as you start seeing the other bodies, I would have drowned. I
would have drowned.
I would have, like, these guys know that, like, drowning in water is my biggest fear of my whole life.
Yeah.
But what he goes through in this movie, I would have drowned. I would have
I rather would have drowned.
yeah, I would have stopped swimming. I already went through so much pain. My body is deformed, and I might not make it out alive. And I won't make it out me again.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to drown.
Exactly.
So
From that
Wallace is
point.
being tortured. I think he gets raped.
Well, that's the thing. I don't know.
I think he had to suck that dude's dick.
Well, Johnny
that's
Depp's,
right. Well,
He says he doesn't do sexual things to him, but how can you fucking tell when the guy looks like a walrus?
Yeah, because they go swimming together,
like you do a rape
and
kit
there's
on him.
this scene where he like shoves him down into the water.
He shoves him down there.
The next scene is him putting a towel on because
And he's
he's
butt-ass
naked.
naked.
Yeah,
And he
was
before
like-
he does it, he says, I'm gonna break you. It's kind of what he says, but it's like a little different. He says something a little different, but that's what I picked up.
yeah. So maybe this is the first time.
Yeah, well, because also, let's get into this. Howard. Oh! I wrote down that Howard is a cross between Joker and Bruce Wayne. Because he
He has a bat cave.
he's got a bat cave. He's from a rich family.
Yeah.
His mom and dad are both murdered in an alleyway.
Fuck.
Do you remember when he's talking about it?
Shit,
His dad
yeah.
was stabbed 12 times and his mom got a throat cut. And his
So he
dad was...
says.
Yeah, so he says. But this is all from his mouth.
Yeah.
And he was from a rich family. His dad was some, like, political guy in Quebec. I think Quebec. And then he ends up going to a
hate
boys'
Quebec.
home. And this boys' home basically, they want to appropriate the fundings for some other thing. So they send him to a mental asylum. And in this mental asylum, he's, like, abused daily. Like, raped, beaten, tortured. That's why Howard's so fucked up.
Yeah.
And then he leaves, and then he gets caught on an island for 6 months in the middle of the ocean. So this guy does not have a great life. Anyway, Joker Bruce Wayne mix.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
So,
can see that. It's good.
Howard's training him to pretty much be a walrus by putting him through fucking hell. And it's all to give the original Mr. Tusk a redemption. Because he says, because you end up finding out that he killed Mr. Tusk for food to
I
survive.
had to
Yeah.
eat him.
So he,
But an hour later, he got rescued.
yeah.
So he didn't need to kill Mr. Tusk, and that broke him mentally.
Yeah, so
was
he's
like-
giving Mr. Tusk a redemption by having a fucking fight to the death. We have Wallace in his walrus suit against Howard in his walrus suit.
This was
Howard
wild.
dresses up as a walrus and fights Wallace like a walrus.
He's like, you either have to fight me or die or evolve to kill me.
I think
and then
he says, "Fight me as a walrus or die as a human," or something.
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah. And then he was in the walrus skin, and then he Justin Long, he started screaming. He was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna fucking kill you," basically.
Yeah, he's
and
kicking
then
his ass.
He's
Yeah.
screaming as much as he can without a tongue.
Yeah, exactly. And then so he was like, "You have evolved." And then he stands up and takes off his skin. He's all bloodied, and he's like, "I have evolved too." I was like, "What the fuck?" Oh, it was so whack, dude.
Dude.
But yeah, then Justin ends up fucking
Kill
him with his tusk.
Kills
Because
him.
when Howard stands up, he's got a machete because he's a fucking cheater, and he's going to whack him, and then Wallace stabs him in the foot, gets him on the
Yeah.
ground, and just stabs him repeatedly.
Because he has real tusks.
Yeah.
Okay, first off though, when Howard first hits Wallace, did you see Wallace's head go back into the suit?
Yeah.
Dude, that freaked
was
me out so
weird, 'cause
bad.
It was like, "Blah."
because like it's
It's
not right. it's not right, and his head like goes into the suit. It's really weird looking.
There must be like glue on his head though to keep it to.
Oh yeah, well it's like if you look, there's like sutures and staples, and like that's his skin now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's his skin.
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, he dies. The
Then
Johnny
Teddy
Depp
and the girlfriend.
and the girlfriend
they all
and Teddy,
show up.
Yeah.
they all show up. And Wallace is going full on animal right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
He's fully embraced being a walrus. at
Johnny
this
Depp's
point.
like pointing his gun at him, and I thought he was going to shoot him, but then
Should've.
the girl's like, "No!" It's like, no,
Yeah, the girl says, "No, don't murder him."
he is not him anymore. He is obviously.
I was
a
hoping that
walrus.
he was
He's
gonna.
screaming at you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was hoping he was gonna kill him.
Yeah, I was
Because
hoping to hear that shot. And then
Yeah.
it cuts to black and you see 1 year later.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
This part makes no fucking sense.
yeah, because they put him in a zoo.
An exotic
human
animals of Winnipeg
walrus.
Zoo is
Yeah.
what it's called.
Yeah. And
a walrus in fucking Winnipeg, dude.
Oh my
and
god.
it's kind of torturous to not the whole zoo part. It's torturous what happens because
Look where they put him though. It's not great.
The girlfriend and Teddy they come up, they throw a mackerel, and then he comes out, and then she kind of makes him feel like old Wallace again, and then they just leave. Like he just starts crying, and then he like cuddles back into his like doghouse.
I did like that part though where they said because she tells a story. Then it goes to a flashback. It goes to a flashback of her telling Wallace about the time her grandfather was crying, and her grandfather, her grandpa telling her it's okay to cry. It separates us from the beasts. And then you see Wallace crying. Yeah. So it's supposed to say that he's still a human, even though he looks like a fucking walrus.
Crazy movie.
It's a good movie.
Such a good movie. Usually we don't do scene by scene like we did in the beginning, but we had to for this movie.
Yeah, just in case you don't watch it, because I get if you don't want to watch it, but
it's definitely worth
scary.
You should.
I hope you watched before we talked about it. I hope you watched in the middle when we started stopping with the summary.
Oh my gosh,
it's like,
dude.
You definitely go watch this.
It's just a wild ride.
Yeah. Kevin Smith.
Great job.
Yeah, great job.
I love him.
I also love Johnny Depp was the comedic relief.
Yeah.
Oh, the part with the guns? Like, so... Wait. He opens the case and there's a shotgun and 2 pistols and he hands them to Teddy and the girlfriend. Yeah. And then Teddy's like, no, I don't want it. He's like, an American doesn't want a gun? Like, that part just killed me.
It's so funny. So many good like jabs in this movie.
Yeah, exactly.
But this movie only had a budget of $3 million.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow,
the box office was only 1.9 though, so it wasn't a success. But it kind of comes to the point because this movie all started from Kevin Smith's podcast.
I saw that. They give a credit to it at the very end.
So it says, in the beginning, it says, based off of true events.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I had that note. That's right.
Yeah. So and I wrote that down. I was like, true events? I was like, what the fuck?
Because Kevin Smith has a podcast with his buddy and like producer of like a lot of his movies. And there was, I think, similar to this where someone had a prank of, hey, come, we have room and board. And it was something to do with like walruses. I can't really remember word by word, but Kevin Smith and his friend just started spitballing ideas and pretty much made the plot for this movie in that episode of the podcast. Yeah. And he made a Twitter poll saying, hey, do you want me to make this movie? And it was hashtag wall yes or hashtag wall no. And people just all voted for it. So like he probably knew this wasn't going to be a box office success, but
the fact that it came from something like it's almost what ties in, you know, like the imagination part. Yeah. Like it's just so crazy.
It's such a good movie, though.
Yeah. It just proves that like he makes movies that he wants to do.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
Some of his movies, of course, like they go off, like the Clerks franchise, Jay and Silent Bob. This should have went off, in my opinion, because it's just great. It didn't hit well with like critics, and of course, people aren't going to go see this in theaters. Cause, it is a part of a trilogy.
Is it really?
What? It's called the True North Trilogy. The first one's Tusk. Second one's Yoga Hosers.
Oh.
Third one that's going to come out, it's like, well, it's planned. This is so far the title. It's called Moose Jaws. It's Jaws with meese, bro.
Dude, yes! Dr. Moosely's coming back.
Dude.
You bet your ass that we're going to watch all these.
Yes, that's amazing. Yoga Hose is already out, isn't it?
Yeah, it's on Netflix. So
perfect, there we go.
It's definitely...
That's coming up, folks. That's coming up!
Like, I look at our lineup for the next few weeks, and we might substitute a movie for one.
It's not a fixed lineup.
Yeah. We could change it whenever the hell we want. And the movie was shot in 15 days.
Oh, wow.
What?
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. So, dude, that's good. That's crazy. Because by the time you see Wallace become the walrus, there's 40 minutes left in the movie.
Yeah.
There's still a lot more movie to go.
Yeah, so I can't even imagine what Justin Long had to go through in that suit.
I was thinking about that.
Yeah, so many scenes with him in the suit.
Like, dude, I was wondering if they just put like just a mask there and just kind of superimposed his face onto it, or if he was actually in the suit.
I could see him actually being in the suit.
I wouldn't want to be.
It would be sweaty.
It would be terrible. I would look at myself in the mirror and cry.
Yeah,
it would be fucking terrifying.
That's what he did.
And the reason that the first shot with Kill Bill Kid is so done bad is because he had some college kids make that scene for him.
Gotcha. I mean, it's good though.
Cool.
It's good for college production. That's great.
Yeah,
that's so cool.
I mean, he even said like maybe it wasn't like the best idea, but it's his fucking movie.
Yeah, it was good.
And
he's giving work to like upcoming
it's not
CGI artists. Stuff like that.
Definitely. That's amazing. Cool. How else are you gonna get in the biz? You gotta get a little help.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not bad, but it's It just the anime, like the scene with the leg literally flying is the part that looks a little weird. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Like Kevin Smith is definitely like one of the top 10 people I want to meet. Just because like he's a nerd that does everything that he likes and enjoys, and he's like finding success in it. And even sometimes there is a success, he like continues doing it.
And like he's just so well respected too by everybody.
Like he retires making movies, and then he finds an idea like this, and he unretires.
Yeah.
He knows
Okay, so I didn't even give this a rating. I'm gonna say 4 stars.
I'm giving it a solid 5 Tusks out of 5.
5 Tusks.
Dude.
That's pretty good.
Fuck, man, that was a good. I was not expecting it to be this good. I honestly thought it was going to be kind of a trash movie.
Yeah.
I'm giving this 5 Justin Long mustaches.
Dude, that mustache was glorious.
It was nice.
We should have shaved just a mustache.
With the yoga hosers, they had the combs as the mustache.
Yeah, Mr. Mustache.
Mr. Mustache. Anyway, go see this movie. It was amazing.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. Watch it.
Currently.
Currently.
And now let's head into our next movie.
Yeah, sorry that took so long, but man, it was deserving. It was deserving of the time.
Yeah. I think we could talk more about it.
Honestly.
But we gotta move on.
I still have notes.
Yeah, let's head into our next movie, but Water Break.
Water break.
All right, so back from that water break, we were a little parched. I kind of don't like looking at water now with the whole walrus thing in my head. Don't be that guy. Oh, sorry. One last thing. When he was munching on the fucking stuff in the bar, that pissed me off. When he was talking on the phone and munching that whole time, that's when I knew he was an asshole.
Yeah, because people do that in Xbox Live parties. We know who.
Yeah, we know who. We're talking about someone chimp muncher.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, anyway, so next movie.
No. I was like, I do that.
No, it's not you. Someone starts with a ice.
Ice.
Rhymes with ice, I should say.
It ends with ice.
Rhymes with ice. Anyway, so the next movie is Zoolander. I absolutely love this movie. I've watched it a whole lot of times in my life, and it is about a nice man named Derek Zoolander, who is the top model for 10 years. He's like just the top model in the world at this point.
Yeah.
So it follows him and his journey through the end stages of his career, I guess you could say.
The downslope.
The downslope of his career. There's a new hot and coming model on the scene named Hansel.
He's hot right now.
He's so hot right now.
He's so
Hansel. He's so hot right now. Hansel. He's so hot right now.
Guess you're wondering why we say that, because that is said a whole lot of times in the movie. So anyway, Zoolander is played by Ben Stiller, and he has a huge rivalry with Hansel, who's played by Owen Wilson. And Ben Stiller, after a tragic loss of his roommates, needs to retire and get away from the game.
Yeah.
Subplot, there is, in Malaysia, there is a human rights activist group there, and they're pioneering for the prevention of child labor. They don't want child labor anymore.
What the fuck?
In the fashion industry, that's a no-fly. You need child labor.
Yeah.
So Mugatu is then hired by this cabal of fashionistas to murder the Prime Minister of Malaysia. And he then sees Derek Zoolander as the perfect vessel to use, because Derek is a fucking idiot. He's the stupidest person I've ever seen in a movie.
So dumb.
So he's so dumb, though, that he can easily be wired into this assassin that kills people. So Mugatu hires Ben Stiller, and the movie then is about trying to get Zoolander not to kill the Prime Minister of Malaysia. And a whole lot of wackiness ensues. And that's the basic plot of the movie. Mm-hmm. And now we can just jump into it.
Yeah.
Who wants to start?
All-star cast. I'm going to say that right off the bat.
I almost said that.
Owen Wilson, Ben Stiller,
Vince Vaughn,
who has no speaking lines in the whole movie.
Walken. Yeah, no, he never talk.
Christopher Walken.
Will.
Is it actually Christopher Walken?
Yeah. I think so. Yeah.
I don't know.
Let's look
Every
that
time he talked, he didn't do his.
He was really young.
You can kind of hear it though. Here, let me pull that up.
No.
Zoolander.
My son.
My son.
Let's see.
That's all I got. I can't do anymore. And Mugatu was
Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell.
Oh, how funny is that? We were so not right.
What?
It's not Christopher Walken.
Wait, what?
Yeah, when you said it, I was like, is it really?
Wait, what's his name?
Doesn't look like John Voight.
Well, let me see.
It's that guy.
What the fuck? Damn. Looking at him old is like...
It's that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is actually. Oh, I'm sorry, Christopher Walken.
Sorry, Christopher Walken. We totally were
you're listening,
wrong.
yeah.
If you want to be Ben Stiller's dad, like, go for it.
Is that Larry Zoolander?
Yeah, if you want to be
guess,
Larry,
probably.
then go for it. You could probably get it.
Yeah. I thought you killed it, and I guess it wasn't you, so.
You killed it not being there.
What? That's Alexander Skarsgård?
What?
Mikas was Alexander Skarsgård.
What? That's crazy.
That is crazy. Dude, it shows how much we're paying attention. Anyway, so, yeah, all-star cast.
Ben
Back to
Stiller, Owen Wilson, Will Ferrell, Vince Vaughn.
there was a couple other people. Christian Slater showed up. Donald Trump, El Presidente.
Oh.
Yeah.
Trump, yeah.
Jerry Stiller, Ben Stiller's dad. He plays Maury,
Yeah,
which is not a character I'd fly these days.
Oh, and hell no. And it was funny because I was telling you guys while we were watching, but every day after school I'd come home and I would put on like TBS and it'd be King of Queens all the time and an occasional movie. And he plays the dad in King of Queens. And then he was in...
I drink like just water.
That's my fucking water, dude.
But yeah, he plays the dad in King of Queens, and then he's also in this movie, and they are literally the same characters. So in my little kid head, I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh wow, he's in multiple things."
Yeah.
Oh, wow. When's Kevin James showing up?
Yeah.
So I wonder when he's going to pop up.
Oh, also another added bonus to the All-Star cast. Winona Ryder.
Oh yeah,
Winona
She's
Ryder
hot
showed
now,
up.
dude. Oh, so funny.
she made a return.
Vince Vaughn doesn't have a credit in this movie.
That's so wild.
His brother does, but
Maybe because
he doesn't.
He's
No
definitely
voice lines.
there.
That's
Oh,
so
maybe,
wild,
maybe he
though.
does. Maybe I'm just not seeing him.
It's funny.
Yeah, but Ben Stiller is perfect in this fucking movie.
Yeah.
Plays
There
a perfect
couldn't be
dumb guy.
anybody else. I
Dude,
don't
Gwen
think.
Stefani was in
anybody
there.
else.
There was so many
Holy
celebrities in there.
shit, dude. There's so
there was
many.
a lot.
David Bowie shows up.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he's a referee in the.
Yeah, Andy Dick was in there.
Yeah.
Andy Dick was the massage lady.
Oh shit!
That's
What?
fucking hilarious. What?
Oh, that's hilarious. Dang.
Wow.
That cracks me up.
But like it goes to Zoolander being dumb. He read on the Time magazine it says a model idiot.
Yeah.
But then he reads it as a model idiot.
Idiot. That's how I would read it.
He read it with a comma and everything. He's just like, well, yeah, I'm a model.
Did we say Mugadu's played by Will Ferrell? So the
Yeah.
bad guy in this movie is Will Ferrell, and he does an outrageous job.
Oh,
It is
so-
amazing.
So good.
So the movie starts. Let's just kind of do like I guess we just go from beginning to end.
Yeah.
It starts with Derek like on top. He's just previously won Top Model of the Year for 3 years in a row.
Mm-hmm.
It's now the 4th year, and he's being interviewed by Time magazine ahead of this award ceremony just to see like if he wins, then it's gonna be a cool publication. Anyway, so they're talking about his looks that he has.
Yeah.
Blue Steel.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no, not Blue Steel yet. No, yeah, it's Blue Steel,
And then Magnum.
Ferrari, and La Tigra.
Yeah.
And Magnum's the one he's working on.
Yeah. Nobody's
All
seen
these
that.
all these looks are the same fucking look.
This looks to the right. And
Has
does a pouty
nobody
face.
noticed?
Yes.
I feel like I'm going insane. Oh.
So he gets interviewed, and all this shit starts happening, and cut to the award ceremony. It's now Fabio who's accepting this award for the best actor / model.
Yeah.
Be sure you say actor first, because he wants to be recognized as an actor.
Yeah.
Then it goes to Top Model of the Year. Lo and behold, Zoolander does not win.
Yeah.
Owen Wilson's character, Hansel, wins.
He's so hot right now.
So Zoolander goes up, and he just gets shit on. He thinks he won, so he goes to accept the award. Does not happen. That's when I first realized this guy's a dumb shit.
Yeah.
This guy's an idiot. I was thinking maybe he's just an airhead. No, he's a fucking idiot.
And he can't read good.
Yeah. So that was my first inkling. I think chances with what he just said with the Time magazine
Yeah,
part. So, Lige,
yeah.
when did you realize that he was an idiot?
Yeah, right there.
Right there, right same? Like, right
It's so funny. So the scene of him walking up, he's like, almost has the face on.
That's what I'm
He's
talking
like,
about. It's the swagger he had, the confidence. Like, you're a fucking idiot, dude.
Yeah.
You didn't win.
So funny.
Oh, it's great. And then it just continues on from there. His friends were gonna throw him a party, but he lost, so they just go to bed instead.
Yeah.
They wake up in the morning and they realize that they need to have a great day. Now, how do you start your day, guys?
You get an orange
Mocha Frappuccino!
Exactly. Obviously, and then you play Jitterbug, and you go cruise around town in your Jeep.
Yeah, and then you go get gas.
Yeah, because you
have
gotta fill that Jeep
You
up.
have a gasoline fight.
They decide, so Zoolander starts the fight. He's washing his windows, and he starts fucking flicking water around, and that's what gets them all like, let's have a fun time, flick water around.
This is where he goes to get the Time magazine.
Yeah.
And in the background, they're continuing the fight.
Yeah,
And
but
then-
they moved to
They
gas
pulled the
instead of
gas.
water.
Yeah.
They decide, hey, this is fun too, so they pull the gas out of the tank and start spraying each other, and then one guy says, hey, I need a cigarette.
Yeah. And he's like, no. Yeah, so
Yeah.
he has to be the smartest of the group.
Yeah, he's the smartest of the
He's
idiots
the
because he
only
says
one.
no, and like
Yeah.
Zoolander sees him start to light a cigarette, and he's like yells no and tries to go stop him, but they all blow the fuck up
Yep.
and die.
And they die. And so this causes him, he's like, well, fuck this. I'm retiring.
Yeah,
So he
fuck
retires
this.
as a model. And then he goes on, like, starts to do his own shit.
He starts to soul search.
Yeah,
He tries to find
soul
out the thing that
search.
makes him. Because he's not only happy with being the best Googleizer in the
Yeah.
world.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's what I wrote down. He's like, I'm a Googleizer, one who speaks at funerals.
All the constant mispronunciations of words and everything in this movie is just amazing. It's great. He then decides to go back to, I think it's South Dakota is his home
I
state.
couldn't tell you. But
It's where they mine a lot. So I
Yeah.
think it's South Dakota.
he just wants to join the family business.
Yeah, with the fake Christopher Walken.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
no, it's fine.
My
Dude,
bad.
I believed you.
I was like,
I
only
was
one-
fully believing you on that.
I didn't want to call you out, but I was just like, there's no way that's Christopher Walken.
Well, because I was like, well, he just looks so young.
Dude, but he kind of does. He kind
Yeah.
of looked like a young Christopher Walken.
Honestly, I would still look at him
But in
like, that's
2001, Christopher Walken was still kind of old.
a little
See,
bit.
hey, you know
Yeah.
what? The guy was still old. The guy was in his 50s in this movie,
Yeah.
at least.
I was just looking for the key accent that
The
Christopher Walken
accent that he
did.
throws out there.
Yeah. But yeah, he joins the workforce with them.
Yeah, he becomes a coal miner, and
miner.
everyone else is in their like dirty work clothes, and he's in this like new, just it looked kind of cool. Those blue pants were cool. He's in this like new mining gear, and instead of mining, he's acting like it's a runway. He's just doing small
He's
shit.
just trying to still look really, really good.
really good, like ridiculously good looking. So he has a full hard day of goofing off in the mine, acting like he's working. Everybody's pissed off at him.
It blows my mind though that he sucks at it because
Yeah.
he's jacked.
Yeah, he's strong as shit.
Yeah,
but
but
he
he-
doesn't know what he's doing.
Well, even when he picks up like a tiny rock, he's like,
Yeah, so this dude gets this like boulder of a coal, and then he gets the smallest little thing and acts like it's the hardest thing to lift. So yeah, no, I agree with you on that one. Anyway, so then they go to a bar afterwards, and then there's this the mermaid scene's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they go to the bar, and then his old commercial where he's a mermaid comes onto the TV. Or merman,
Yeah,
sorry,
yeah,
merman. So it comes onto the scene, and then that's one of my favorite lines in the movie too. Is wow, what is it? It's like water is the essence of wet,
Yeah.
and wet is the essence of beauty. So he says that, and then everybody in the bar just like looks at him like he's an idiot.
Yeah.
And him and his dad start getting into a fight.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, one of my favorite lines comes from the mine scene when he starts coughing and is like,
yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think I have the black lung pop.
yeah.
One day of mining and he's got it.
His dad disowns him, and he's like, I can't have a mermaid of a son. He's like, merman!
I'm a merman.
Merman!
You're dead to me, son. You're more dead to me than your dead mother. And then Vince Vaughn grabs his dad's hands like, oh, pop.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, then he goes outside, and then that's when Murray calls and says, hey, Mugatu wants you for this new fashion line. And that's when he starts getting recruited to assassinate the Prime Minister of Malaysia.
Yeah.
Or Micronesia.
It's Microasia.
Micronesia, or what was the
Claymation.
last one? Claymation. Every time
So
Owen Wilson's
funny.
character says Malaysia, it's a different name.
It's a different, yeah.
And one of them he says Claymation, and it's fucking hilarious.
I actually didn't write down much else.
Dude, well, there's a scene that comes up that would be problematic in this day and age.
Which one?
There's
There's a couple.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
but yeah, he does the whole training thing, and then the reporter, I can't remember the actress's name, but she tries to save him throughout the entire movie, and eventually after like the walk off, Christine Taylor. But after the walk off with him and Hansel, who's hot right now, they like eventually make up, And
I know what you're talking about.
And then the three of them are just hiding out at Hansel's place. And right before this scene is one of my favorite lines of this thing, because she's talking about her struggles growing up watching models, and she was like, I was fat. I was the fat kid, and then he says, ew!
Oh, and then
Zoolander and Owen Wilson's ew, because they make up and now they're like the best of friends.
Yeah.
And so they're like just kind of shitting on her.
Every single time Hansel says something fun, Zoolander like, oh snap!
And then she was like, so she was like, are you guys kidding me right now? Like, you're making fun of me? And she was like, I gained anorexia or something like that. Bulimia. And then they're like, you can read minds? It was so funny. Oh, it cracks me up.
Dude, it's all let's do it. Again, this is a movie that you guys all need to go see. It's great.
Yeah, if you have...
and then that's when they start talking about if she, like, sleeps with people at all.
Yeah.
She says...
What's it been, like, 8 days?
And she's like, years. And then he's like, do you even service yourself?
Oh, no, are you, like, serving yourself all the time?
All the time.
But then that's what hits the scene that's kind of wouldn't be good right now.
Yeah.
It's like an orgy scene where she's, like, had a lot of alcohol... And then it cuts to a bunch of other people in the scene.
She's had drugs. Like, it's not really alcohol. That tea is like
peyote.
Straight. It's it might not be. It's whatever it is.
It's peyote.
Is it?
Yeah. Because he talks about peyote a lot in the movie.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean the tea's peyote. He just says, "Get the tea while we're free climbing some fucking mountain." Like,
but originally it was supposed to be like 3 of them, but then it keeps cutting and like the old
more
man's
people
there.
starts getting in there.
A bunch of other people are there.
Maybe they got it from Howard Howe.
But yeah, I don't think it would be like acceptable now because like she's under the influence and before she even accepts to this thing.
Yeah, there's a lot of different scenes.
He just says, "Let's get naked." They just keep drinking the tea.
Yeah, and just like it goes from there.
Yeah. Where is it? Oh, the whole massage parlor scenes.
Yeah,
were amazing.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
And when it flips him over, and
he's got that big old dong.
That's like running away from her.
So Andy Dick, that we just found out, is the massage lady, and she's like massaging him, and he's got his dick out, not out. It's just you can see it.
It's a teepee.
She's trying to pat it down, and it's like doing karate on him. It's like, oh, it's amazing.
I didn't really have much else for the movie.
Oh, it gets even better.
Well, I guess one of my other favorite scenes was finally when they get to the part where it's time to. They already brainwashed him. It's time for him to run the runway or walk the runway and assassinate the
Prime Minister of Micronesia.
Of Micronesia, yeah. And the song is the "Relax to it." That song that brainwashes them. They have a fight about it. It's all fun. And then finally in the end, Mugatu throws a throwing star to kill Zoolander, and then he makes a left turn. The whole movie, he
can't turn left.
He's not anti-turnable.
Yeah, it's like
it is.
By turn, yeah, something like that. And so he turns left and pulls out Magnum, and it's beautiful. And like it stops the fucking
throwing star right in front of his head.
Yeah, and then
it's like he has a fucking superpower.
Yeah, basically.
But he would have died.
Yeah, this is the only point in the movie that like there's something impossible that.
Well, I mean, like pulling underwear out of your pants with it. Not
I guess that's
completely.
That was the only other thing I think. But,
what was your favorite insult? My favorite insult in the movie was "You can derelict my balls."
Dude,
that hurt my feelings.
I think the "ill" is still my favorite one, where she's like, "I was a fat kid." There's ew.
Yeah, that could be an insult. I'll take that one.
Yeah, dude, that cracked me the fuck up.
Also, Mulder showing up. That was great.
Oh yeah.
Talk about
He's
Mulder.
the perfect hand model.
Yeah.
And why does he try to grab anything? Yeah, he knows his shit's in domes. Yeah. Why would he grab anything?
There's a scene where they drop a flashlight and the guy Mulder tries to pick it up with his So he has his hand and he built a hyperbolic chamber for his hand to preserve it. He tries to pick the flashlight up with his hand.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, I got it."
Oh my god! Yeah, why? Yeah, like what you're saying. Why would you volunteer to grab that, or just use your other fucking hand?
Mm-hmm. Well, is it both or just one?
It's just one. He only had it in one hand.
Then yeah, why would you?
I know. That's what I'm talking about. Like, why?
What a fucking idiot, dude. But yeah.
What else? You gotta talk about the part where... So they're looking for these files in a computer that's gonna exonerate Derek, Zoolander. Like, people will know that he was brainwashed.
Yeah.
It's in a computer, so Owen Wilson's brilliant character thinks that the only way to get into the computer is to smash the fucking computer.
Because the files are in the computer.
So he just smashes it down. He's like, where are all the files at?
Where the files at?
Thank God Maury had that zip disk.
Yeah, he's honestly the savior of the movie.
Yeah.
Because he realized, he was like, oh.
But he had to eat a cold casserole when he got home.
Yeah.
It's a casserole, Linda. It'll keep.
That's what it takes to be a hero. It'll keep. So yeah, and then it ends up, they save the guy. They take Mugatu to prison, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know what happens to him. He just kind of goes away.
Yeah, they just kind of take him away, whatever. And then the Zoolander Center for children who can't read good and
restart that one?
learn to do other stuff good too. That they build that.
Yeah.
They make it a real thing.
And he's got
at least 3 times the size of the mod.
Yeah.
And so they have a kid. And
he's scary as fuck because he makes that face that he makes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He superimposes his fucking face on him.
Oh, that's scary.
They also have statues in front of the school. I
of
don't
the
think they
3
should do the
guys.
statues.
It's a statue of his 3 roommates, and they're all carrying. It's a fountain, and they're all fucking holding.
They're in the gas
pumps.
fight.
Yeah,
They're doing the gas fight, spraying
pump.
each other with gas pumps in the statue.
And that's how it pans out.
Boom, and that's the movie.
In the movie.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Well, yeah. This movie was directed actually by Ben Stiller as well.
Yeah, it was just production, right?
And he decided to take out all shots of the Twin Towers because this was released 2 weeks after 9/11.
So many movies and games were affected by that. The Spider-Man game was affected by that. Obviously this movie, so many other movies.
Friends.
It's Friends.
There's a scene in Friends where they just do a big pan shot of the Twin Towers. It's like, oh shit.
It's so crazy. It's weird seeing shows with the Twin Towers in them. Stuff like that.
It was a success in the box office with a budget of 28 mil, and it got 60 million. The blue steel look was actually inspired by Ben Stiller's mirror face. His wife pointed out to him whenever he combs his hair, he makes that face. So then he started using it. So this was either never shown or banned in 2 different countries. Could either of you guys guess which of either of the 2 countries?
Microasia.
China.
No.
Damn.
I don't know.
Malaysia.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that. I said Microasia.
It was
Malaysia.
never shown in Malaysia. Because,
Wait, what's the other one? Don't say it. Guess it.
Yeah.
Guess it, Lige.
Germany.
No.
Fucking Germany?
Do you have a second guess, Brady? For
is it an Asian country?
You can't ask me. I wouldn't know. You know I'm not good at that shit.
Dude. Let's see.
Begins with an S. That's
S?
your hit.
Soviet Union. No.
But yeah, it's never shown in Malaysia because it has scenes of them trying to kill the Prime Minister of Malaysia.
Claymation.
And it was banned until 2006 in Singapore because of the bad showing of peyote.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that why? That's another reason why you think the tea was peyote?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It was actually originally given an R rating because of the orgy scene, but also because there was the goat was in the orgy scene originally.
God.
But they took the goat out.
The goat you see in the first 2 seconds of when they get into Hansel's apartment?
Yeah, he was originally in it, but they took him out, and then Ben Stiller showed that the orgy was like a fun joke. It wasn't like a big thing. Eventually, they lowered the rating. And then in Asia, all references of Malaysia was actually voiced over and changed to Microasia.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. I think there's some politicalness for that one.
Yeah. Huh. And the other thing I have is it was originally written that he was going to die at the end.
Oh.
But then they changed it because they wanted to make sure he got the the center and all that stuff. And they...
I'm gonna take that throwing star to the face.
Yeah. Well, no, he gets like hit by a bus or something randomly. But they...
Like Mean Girls.
They were saying originally that they liked that they changed it, but now they don't like that they changed it because of the sequel.
The sequel's bad, I hear. I haven't actually seen it, but I heard it's pretty bad.
It's definitely something that we're going to have to watch.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to bring that up earlier.
I'm kind of scared because this is one of my favorite movies, so it's going to be weird watching that sequel.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't ruin this movie.
No, this movie's good enough on its own. I think we can separate them, hopefully.
Good enough.
Good enough, yeah.
Well, I gave it 4 stars.
4 stars?
You know, it's just such a good movie. You can't go wrong with it.
I gave it like 3.2 magnums out of 5.
Magnums, yeah. I was trying to think of the scale I was going to go by. I'm going to go with a 5. 5,
Okay.
I'm just say stars. I can't.
Ferraris.
5 Ferraris. 5 peyotes out of 5.
Mermen.
5
of those little cell phones out of 5.
Oh yeah.
Dude,
all right. Next will be our main event.
You ready to talk scene by scene on this one, Blige?
Yeah,
Because I've been doing it the last 2 times.
Yeah, scene by scene. Okay, so our main event is Coco, a Disney film. Oh, do I love this fucking movie, dude? So, this movie is basically about a kid in Mexico growing up, and he lives a life without music, which, you know, like in my life, like, I love music. Like, that's a huge thing to me. So I think that's probably why I love this movie so much. Mm-hmm. So he grows up without music. His family is very against it. He just wants to be a musician in the future. So this actually, one of the biggest things for us watching it this week is because it takes place during the Day of the Dead, which also technically it's like,
a range of days.
Yeah, it's the 31st through the 6th, I think, of November.
Good thing
so
you got Google.
Yeah, it's October 31st to like November 4th or something. So
31st to the 2nd.
Yeah,
the 2nd. Okay.
It was in my head. I was like, maybe I didn't want to say anything.
I think it's
because I googled it before we
weekend.
watched it.
Oh, that makes sense.
It's Thursday to Saturday.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was a reason.
I did too. Yeah. I just
6, 4, 2. I mean, they're all this.
You know.
Yeah, I mean, they're all divisible by 2. So.
It starts on Halloween and it's over 2 days later.
Yeah. So it takes place during that time, and it's a big factor. So
Miguel.
Yeah, Miguel. He gets mad at his family because they don't allow the music. So he runs away and finds out that his grandpa, his great-great-grandfather, was this musician that he's been idling his whole life. And he goes to the, what is it called? The
cemetery.
The cemetery where everybody's at because it's the Day of the Dead. And he steals this guitar because he wants a guitar to be in this like festival, this competition. This sets him into the what is it called?
It's the afterlife.
The afterlife, I guess.
Yeah.
Of
Land of the Dead.
Land of the Dead. Okay, so he gets sent into this Land of the Dead as a human, and he has to basically find his way back home, and he ends up meeting his deceased family, and he has this whole trip in the Land of the Dead, and he finally finds his family, and he wants to get a blessing to go back home, but he can't do that because this family that's dead is still also against music. So they will not give their blessing without going back and never playing music again. So basically he's stuck here. So he's forced to find his grandfather and get his blessing because he's a musician. You know, he's the like fucking big guy. He's the most popular guy in this town.
Yeah, it's De La Cruz, brother.
Yeah. Uh-huh. So finally he finds his grandfather, and well, so basically I guess I'll just cut it there.
Yeah,
so
no, it's just start.
This movie is his whole journey in the afterlife, trying to get back home to his family.
Yes.
But he wants to be a musician. That's the biggest thing.
Definitely. And it is top 3 favorite Disney movie.
Oh, yeah.
For
like,
sure.
Wow.
I thought you were doing an Owen Wilson thing from
No.
Zoolander.
No, because like Dude, that's bold.
Dude, Coco's a good
I love this
fucking
movie.
So good.
man. It's so good. The soundtrack's A1.
Yeah.
The movie itself is amazing. And just, I mean, the visuals all throughout the movie
It's
were
beautiful.
great. Beautiful.
The
The colors
the
are so vibrant.
alejebres.
Yeah.
So alejebres are like they're like spirit animals basically, and in this movie they're just fucking. Oh my gosh, they're so cool.
They're like there's just most beautiful looking animals in the world.
Yeah.
And they're like hodgepodge of different animals.
Yeah, there's like
you see a hedgehog once, or a porcupine, not a hedgehog.
Yeah.
You see dogs. You see a fucking cat, eagle, ram thing.
yeah, that's the most popular one, and it's badass.
Pepito. Such a good movie.
Yeah.
So where we started on this?
We start from just the beginning. It
Start from the beginning, yeah.
Starts in his hometown.
So, I can't remember what it's called.
Couldn't tell you.
no. I did
Sansa
not
something,
write
I
down.
think.
But yeah, it pretty much starts where like he keeps trying to play music over and over again, but his family keeps getting in the way.
Because they're shoemakers. You need to be a part of the business,
Yeah,
Miguel.
yeah.
We're shoemakers.
And the great grandpa left to go do music and never came back, so that they were abandoned. They're like, you never turn your back on family.
Yeah.
You're with family. Everything's about family, and music's not part of this family because it betrayed the family.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's what she shoes.
But of course, that's just what he
The
wants
only
to
viable
do.
option.
It's like his dream is to play music, so he takes a lot of inspiration from what's his name again?
De La Cruz?
De La Cruz. He has a mural of him.
Yeah. He's got a full-on secret hiding hole
kinda
in a
weird.
attic in a weird shed.
I don't know why I don't remember that part from the other times I've watched it. When I watched it this time, I was like, what the fuck? Like, he literally, the crawl space in the attic is filled.
It's not even in the main house though. It's like in the weird shed.
Oh, yeah.
it's like
It's
it's like
somewhere
in a
else.
different building. It's like they live on like a complex almost. There's like there's a house, and then there's like the ofrenda room, and then there's their little room for the great grandma Coco, and then I think there's like another shed, and then there's the actual place where they make the shoes.
Yeah.
Maybe it was in that place's ceiling. I think it might have been in that attic.
could-
Either way, he's got a fucking mural to De La
Yeah.
Cruz hidden that his family can't find.
Fucking props, because he got a TV up in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a TV.
It's like, how is that little kid getting a TV up there?
And he watches. It's not a big TV, but he's watching movies.
Those TVs are heavy though.
Yeah, they
Back in the
are.
day, those TVs are.
There's the one with
He's
literally-
got-
They have the 2 dials and
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
It's got sound.
He's got gumption.
and It's got
He
chain.
wanted it.
Yeah.
I mean, he taught himself how to play guitar by watching De La Cruz
Just by
movies.
watching the movie.
That's
yeah.
pretty insane.
That's his talent.
This kid is really good.
This guy doesn't
Yeah,
have
super
YouTube.
good.
Yeah.
He's just watching movies and he's learning with his ears, his eyes, and
yeah.
Oh, and so about that, like the soundtrack in this movie is just fucking
So good.
That's why
Soundtrack
it
is
adds
definitely,
on.
like, top 3, top 2 for me.
Yeah, I like I'll sing this at work. I have these songs on my phone.
You
Like,
guys want to do Disney soundtracks real quick? I can do Moana, Coco, and Tarzan. Got to do my favorites.
oh, your favorites. Oh,
No
wow.
Lion King,
Phil Collins, bro.
but no Lion King.
Fuck Elton John. I want Phil Collins.
For the longest time, honestly, still,
Yeah.
I still get them confused.
Yeah.
I know that they're different and like I can piece them apart,
Yeah.
but their names I'll like throw back and forth. But yeah, Phil Collins and Tarzan. Oh,
2 worlds,
Yeah.
1 destiny. Trust your heart. Let faith decide. You'll find your way.
my heart.
Yeah, see that?
Yeah, so
He
good.
gets it.
Mm-hmm.
Gets my blood boiling.
Oh, I got goosebumps.
That's what I'm talking about. And you got Lin-Manuel Miranda doing some of the songs for...
I knew that name.
yeah, okay, well, he sings one of the songs. I don't know if he writes any of them, but he sang one, and it's my jam. And Moana, that is. Moana, not...
I like Moana.
Moana's soundtrack was tippy-top,
It
too.
was pretty good.
I was a big fan.
Definitely Tarzan and Coco.
But we're talking about Coco now.
Yeah.
And Coco's is one of my favorites. So it then progresses on to... So he wants to do this talent show, like what Lige was saying, and he can't find a guitar, so then he thinks, hey...
Well, he had a guitar, but his grandma
right.
broke it because...
Fucking grandma.
Yeah, so-
she slammed that shit so hard on the ground.
Yeah, Coco's
Dude.
daughter. So, yeah, Coco's daughter, who honestly takes the most personal, like, revenge on, like, all the music in
Well,
the
yeah,
whole
'cause
family.
Her mom's dad left.
Yeah,
She's-
definitely.
I think she's the eldest at this point. Like, that's
Oh.
still, besides Coco.
No,
that's still
absolutely.
alive.
She's the matriarch of the family.
Yeah, she's
right now. Coco's, like, obviously older, but she can't do anything. She's wheelchair bound.
You always
because she
listen to
hasn't
grandma.
seen her. Yeah, listen to grandma.
Yeah.
So, grandma's smashy. So, what happens first is Miguel thinks that, hey, I'm De La Cruz's grandson, so he proudly proclaims that to his whole family. I'm going to be a musician! They say, fuck you. No, you're not. Grandma smashes that guitar, and then he starts running away. He just runs away, because he's like, I don't even want to be a part of this family. He runs. Gets out of here.
That's the part where I started losing, like, shit, because he just disowned himself from the family.
Yeah.
Which is, like...
That's exactly what happened.
Yeah, that's actually why they hate music.
It's a repeat.
Yeah, you're just showing them...
Except this time, they're kind of pushing him, instead of him just leaving.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he leaves, he goes to find the guitar, and turns out, if you steal from the dead, you're fucked.
on the Day of the Dead.
Yeah, so he stole the guitar, and that's what fucked him over, and he got turned into the afterlife.
Yeah, they got cursed.
And then you get to meet the rest of his family, which was they're hilarious.
Yeah, they're good.
The supporting cast in this movie are really
It's
good.
so good, yeah.
Really, really like Dante the dog. He's my favorite animal companion of all. I was telling these guys that when we were watching it. Dante's my favorite animal companion of all the Disney movies.
Yeah, he's so cute,
so cute, so funny,
so dumb,
so ugly,
dumb,
so cute.
Yeah. Okay, Dante in the movie's cute, but in real life, Mexican hairless dogs are not good
I wouldn't
looking,
touch
in my opinion.
Yeah,
I don't
not
like
gonna
them.
lie.
I just don't like hairless animals.
Yeah, even like hairless cats, they're fucking ugly too.
Yeah, he was a dirty dog.
Yeah.
But yeah,
his tongue was always like close to the floor.
The longest tongue in the world.
It like at one point it was like wrapped around his
he
head.
wrapped on his head like 3 times.
I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. So and then every time the movie when he's alive, like alive quotation marks, is great. But as soon as he goes to the day, like when he crosses over to the realm of the dead,
it's so different.
It just takes off. That's when the movie really picks up.
That's where like all the colors start coming in.
Yes, that's when it's amazing.
That's when all the bangers start coming
in.
Yeah.
Like the first banger you hear, Un Poco Loco.
Best song of the movie.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Yeah. Yes. But the last song is great too.
Yeah.
When Miguel's letting it go in the last one.
Yeah.
That's a good one too.
Going on to Un Poco Loco, so he plays this song with a guy named Hector.
Mm-hmm.
Hector he finds because he also wants to go back to the land of the living because nobody put his picture up on an ofrenda.
Yeah.
So he's playing this with this guy, and one of my notes was the first time Hector plays a guitar, they have to get this guitar. It's like it's a funny song. But the scene itself is like so
sad.
Like
yeah.
Fucking tears.
When he's playing his friend's last song for him, because he's being forgotten because the last person that put him on his frienda no longer has a frienda, so he's forgotten now.
Yeah.
So
and that's also why Hector is trying to get back
because he says he might not make it through the night.
Yeah. So something that happens is the only way you can stay alive in this afterlife is if people remember you. So if you're on the ofrenda, then your family remembers you, or at least if there is stories of you being told.
Yeah.
That you have to impart memories on them while you're alive, or someone has to tell you about them. Mm-hmm. So Hector is starting to be forgotten, and we see Cheech die because he's full on forgotten.
He's forgotten,
and they don't know what happens afterwards. So that's like death.
And
death
honestly,
squared.
Watching this movie, like. It's so easy to be like, oh, this is just fun to watch, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. But realizing how, like, big of a thing this is for Hector, like, if he gets forgotten, even if he doesn't get forgotten right now, let's say it's a week later, Day of the Dead is over with. You have to wait a whole nother year, and that person that is still remembering him, like... That's why he's being forgotten, because they're passing away.
Yeah. So the person, there's basically one person remembering Hector.
Yeah.
I'll tell you later.
There's a huge
twist. We'll tell you later.
What a twist!
But yeah, he's but he has a partnership with Miguel. He's like, if I get you to De La Cruz, you'll put my picture up on your ofrenda so people remember me.
Yes. So at least you being alive will remember me, and that'll make me alive.
Yeah.
And he also would like to get over there because there's some person he wants to see.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wonder.
Because he hasn't been able to see his family forever. Because he hasn't been able to pass over.
He died in 42 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, old. Anyway.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So then they go on to this talent show because if the winner of this talent show gets to play or gets to go to De La Cruz's huge party. De La Cruz is a huge figure in this community, in the real world. He's a huge figure. Yeah. So everybody remembers him. He's got this nice, glorious place in the afterlife. Everybody loves the guy. So he holds these huge parties. And what better way to meet your grandpa than go to a party, right?
Yeah. So yeah, they play this banger of a song,
Coco Loco.
And they would have won
easily.
But he saw his family coming, so they had a dip, and that's where they started having disagreements, him and Hector, because he's like, "Wait, you have more family?" And he's like, "Well, they won't make me play music."
Yeah.
And Hector doesn't really care that much about music at this point.
Yeah.
And he's just like, "Who cares?"
Yeah, because you learn that Hector has a sordid past with music. We don't really know what at this point, but he doesn't like.
Because he could definitely play the guitar.
Yeah.
He can make me cry if he wants.
So that's when they split up, and then Miguel goes to the party by himself. And
Plays another banger.
He sneaks in.
Yeah, Miguel's able to sneak in, and then he plays the world is my family. I think is the name. I don't know the name of that song, but that's a line in it.
Oh, it's such a good song.
Yeah, that's such a good song. I wish. So it's funny because he's playing it and then he falls in a fucking pool.
Yeah.
But that part kind of pisses me off because I want to hear that whole song. I like that song.
So he tells De La Cruz, is like, "Oh yeah, you're my great grandpa."
Yeah.
And he's like, "I have a great yeah.
Yeah.
And they start just getting along.
So I kind of want to do a little side note real quick. So the family chasing him is Mama Imelda, which is the original matriarch of the family. That's Coco's mom.
She's the tip of the pyramid.
It was her husband that abandoned them. She's the one that started the shoemaking biz. And then you got Papa. I almost said Papa Tio, but Tio's uncle.
Yeah, I can't even remember.
Papa something. I can't remember. He's a short guy.
Yeah.
And then you got Felipe and the other one. I can't remember his name.
The twin.
They got the twins. So you have uncles and you have two uncles and two aunts and the great grandma. And then I want to know that Papa guy.
I'm pretty sure.
I want to know if that's Coco's husband or if that's the grandma's husband.
I think it has to be
That's my
Coco's
question.
husband.
It could be Coco. Well, it could be. We don't really know. It might. Who knows? It could be because they talk about a son-in-law.
Well, I think it's the
don't know.
grandpa because at the end he's next to her and not next to Coco.
Oh, is he? I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
at the very end, spoiler, gonna ruin it. Very end, Coco dies.
Yeah. Oh.
We'll get there. Whoa.
Yeah.
Coco dies at the very end, but then when she goes up to the grandpa and Imelda in the afterlife, and then she doesn't go to that guy.
Yeah,
so that would make sense.
She's
she would go to
she's hanging
him.
with her mom and dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So that makes sense then. All right, mystery solved.
So her man must have been out the picture.
Could have been.
Yeah.
Yeah. So these are the people that are chasing Miguel through the afterlife, trying to get him home because they love family.
Yeah.
And they're trying to make sure because if Miguel stays in the land of the dead until sunrise, he turns into dead and he cannot go back.
And you see him physically start to become transparent.
Yeah.
Like when he's
Goldifying.
playing Poco Loco, his hands are going, and then when we see him later on, it's just like his arms.
Which was really cool how they did that. Because
Yeah.
he never really talks about it, but you can see it happening.
I
Yeah,
prefer when
slowly.
movies do that.
Yeah,
It's like,
that's really cool.
I don't
didn't
want
even
everything.
notice it until
It's like
you
the
brought
whole
it up.
Batman, like we don't need the fucking story. We just need the.
Just
the
give us
fact that-
Batman.
yeah.
We get it. His parents died
We
now.
get
anyway.
it. Yeah.
I don't want you pointing everything out to me. Like, let me find it out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I
It's
like
so
that.
much cooler that way.
That was
honestly.
definitely cool.
I'm not a fucking little kid.
Yeah.
I mean, this movie's for little kids, but
So I think we did scene by scene enough. Like we want
Yeah.
to talk more about
Yeah. So
our favorite things.
Hector eventually shows up with Miguel, and I can never remember his name. It's the
De La Cruz.
De La Cruz.
Ernesto de la Cruz.
And
Ernie. Is that
the truth starts coming out. They were musicians together, and then
They were partners.
yeah,
Ernesto.
he wrote all the songs.
No,
Hector
Hector
wrote all the songs, and he wanted to come back to his family because he missed Coco and his wife, and then Ernesto didn't want any part of that.
Nope.
So
"Kills him."
poisons his ass, steals all his songs, takes all the glory, and that's when Hector finds out all this shit happened.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's kind of a big plot hole. When I first saw it, I
Where's
kind
the
of
plot hole?
not plot twist.
Plot
Sorry.
twist, yes.
Yeah. But it's like when I first watched it, I was like, "There's no way that Ernesto's his great grandfather."
Yeah,
There's something there.
There's something hinky. There's always a twist.
Yeah,
So,
they wouldn't give that big of a plot point right at the beginning.
Yeah.
This brings up my favorite scene of the movie. So, because he stole his music, the most popular song that it's huge in the movie too is the song called "Remember Me," and remember me. Yeah, it's the song that he also got killed to. Ernesto did. He got fucking hit by a bell and died. That's how he died. And
That's what a shitty way to go.
So it turns out that this song was written by Hector, and it shows the scene of Hector singing it to Coco.
when she's a little baby girl.
Like so I guess I just spoiled it, but or no, we just talked about it.
yeah.
So I don't know why I passed that, but so it's him singing it to Coco, and like that scene, fucking like that made me cry the first time I watched it.
Dude,
I ain't gonna lie.
There's 2 tearjerkers in that movie.
Yeah, I was like, oh, because mainly when she starts singing it back to him, I was like, oh, that's so fucking
And she's
cute, dude.
off pitch.
Yeah, she's a little off pitch.
But it also shows
She only has to make shoes. She ain't gotta be a musician.
But it also shows like music is taken in differently because the way Hector originally wrote it.
Dude.
He wrote it for his daughter, and it's supposed to be a really peaceful like. It was supposed to be a really peaceful like one-on-one with his daughter, but the way that De La Cruz like performs it, he performs as like this big like on stage thing for like everyone.
Yeah.
But it's supposed to just be for his daughter.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So it's like a big disrespect.
He wants the world to remember him, but
Yeah.
Hector wanted Coco to remember him.
Yeah, that's all he cared about.
That's a really good point to bring up because that really shows you the differences between these 2 people
Yeah.
and what they're about.
And Miguel's family always talks about family, but that was like Hector's main thing. Is like he always thought about that moment with his daughter, and he wanted to go back for more of those moments.
Hector, I don't know if this is ever said, but in my mind, in my head canon, Hector was just doing that to provide for his family. Yeah. You know, I'm going to get rich and famous, and now my kids never have to do anything ever, and they'll have whatever they want.
Yeah.
Well,
but then they realized, hey, I miss my kid.
Yeah. Well, he wanted to pursue his dream too, but then he realized that his biggest dream is his daughter. Like,
that's true.
Yeah, that's like his happiness.
All for her.
Then it comes out, hey, guess what? I killed Hector, so now I can't let you go back to the land of the living because now you know. Yeah. That's basically what De La Cruz says to Miguel as he tosses him into this giant water pit.
I've got a reputation.
Where Hector is currently.
Yeah, tosses him down there too.
That's where they start.
That's where they find
putting
out.
all the pieces together that they're related.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's when they find out that, hey, guess what?
Yeah.
And the fucking, the pictures that Miguel has are just dry as...
So, like, I said water pit, it's really just a giant pit with, there's a lot of water at the bottom and, like, a small island. But he lands in the water, and then he goes out into the island, talks to Hector, pulls a picture out of his pocket, and it's crisp as can be.
And it's
not a fucking dent.
Not a sog in it, dude.
But he's also fell in that pool, too. So he's been in 2 bodies of water.
That's right, he fell in the pool earlier. Not even an hour before that.
We need a movie about
maybe a couple hours.
This paper.
Yeah.
Because it's magical.
Dude, maybe Afterlife paper is just the best.
Or maybe Afterlife water just isn't wet.
It's just not. Water isn't even wet, dude. So, it all wraps up to where they realize that, a picture that Miguel had of Hector, that Hector gave him to put on the ofrenda, De La Cruz steals that. Yeah. So then it comes out that we need to get Miguel back, but Miguel won't go back until he has Hector's picture. Yeah. And then they have a big family reunion part where Hector then is brought to Mama Imelda, and she's pissed. Yeah. Oh, that's something else I want to say. That's one of the big notes. In case you guys haven't noticed yet, I forgot my notebook. This is for the viewers. So I've been trying to remember the notes I made on these movies. The first note I made was I really like how... I know a lot of Disney movies do this, but Coco, a strong females in this, and I really like that. Yeah. Like, Mama Imelda is a badass.
Oh, her ofrenda, Aljibre, is, sorry, both A's, my bad. So, hers... Starts with an O. Yeah, what?
Ofrenda starts with an O.
See, I never looked at the word. I just heard it and I was like,
I'm just trying my best not to say them because I don't want to say them wrong.
I know. That's why I wrote down Aljibre, because I was like, we had subtitles on. I read it. I wrote it down, and that was good. I
just said spirit animals.
So hers is that big ass cat with the wings and the claws.
Badass.
Fucking so badass. Like,
yeah,
it's scary too. There's a scene where there's a camera on it, and it's walking out, and it just takes up the whole screen.
You hear it growling too.
Yeah, it's like, honestly, it's kind of weird. Like, they did a really good job at that scene for some reason. It was scary. Yeah. I was like, holy shit, I'm gonna piss my pants.
So of course the most badass lady gets the most badass Aljibre.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
Needs it.
It was so. Anyway, yeah. So Mama Imelda's a badass. The grandma, does she even have a name?
I couldn't tell you.
I think there's called Abuela.
If you haven't noticed, I'm messing up all these names.
So the grandma, so Miguel's grandma herself is also a badass,
Yeah.
She, like, one of the first things you see, she thinks that this musician is, like, trying to get Miguel to play music, so she beats the shit out of him with a shoe.
Yeah.
Just straight up, leave my grandson alone! And then she fucking throws that shoe and nails Dante.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's what she throws it down the alleyway at one point. It hits the dude. When he, like, runs down the alleyway, you just see her throw it, and then you hear him go, ah!
Dude, badass.
Like, go get my shoe.
Yeah, go get my shoe. So I just really thought that was cool. So Hector, Mama, Imelda, they come together and they have a nice little moment where she says, I still fucking hate your guts. And he says, I'm so sorry. You know, that kind of good stuff. Anyway, it all culminates. That's the word. Culminates to.
Accumulates
to. I don't even know where I'm going with that. Anyway, it all comes down to the big show that De La Cruz does every year.
Yeah.
And they then try to infiltrate it to get his Hector's picture back because they want him to live. Live after death.
So they end up going through this whole fiasco.
Which I like that end scene.
It's a good
like
scene.
It. That's cool.
The song was
singing.
dope.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It turns out Imelda actually used to love singing.
Yeah, she's a
But
great
ever
singer.
since her husband left her, she just hated music. But
Yeah.
the family was a music family to begin with.
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, that's why Miguel feels the music in his blood, because he's from a musical family.
Mm-hmm.
So she starts singing because she ends up on stage and she has to start singing. And that lady has a great singing
Kills
voice.
it.
She's so good.
Whoever
Kills
that actress lady was,
Yeah.
great.
I know.
I was actually really impressed when I first heard it.
Let me pull it up right here.
Pull it up, see who it is.
It's Elena Ubeck.
I wonder if that's actually her singing or if they
Or maybe it's Alana.
Either way, it's awesome.
I know, yeah, I wonder.
That was great. And a lot of, good shit happens towards the end.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really have anything much except for the very, very, very end that I want to talk about, but you guys have anything to...
Well, yeah, they just foiled his plan, and everyone...
Then De La Cruz
They
gets shit on.
exposed, they exposed Ernesto de la Cruz, and they send fucking
Miguel back
home.
The one thing I wrote near the end was when Imelda and Hector she's still not forgiving him, and then he has a little shine because he's being forgotten because Mama Coco's losing her memory.
Yeah, Mama Coco's dying.
Yeah.
She's 99.
But then she's
a bag of wrinkles.
She's surprised when he's being forgotten. It's you've been living in the land of the dead for so long.
Yeah.
How are you surprised that this is happening? You should know your daughter's age.
Yeah.
And that you took his photo out.
Yeah, you're the one that ripped his fuck. So the photo that they use for Mama Imelda on the ofrenda is a picture of her and Coco and the dad, but the dad's missing his head.
And
Who do you think tore the head off?
yeah. So the picture is actually it's folded
Weirdly
over
folded,
too.
yeah.
And it turns out that in the picture the guitar of Ernesto de la Cruz is in there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it leads Miguel to believe that Ernesto de la Cruz is his grandpa.
Yeah.
But it turns out that guitar was Hector's
stolen.
guitar stolen from a fucking dead person,
Yeah.
So that's basically how it all turned out and everything.
And then the very, very end, Miguel comes back, and when he sings to Coco,
To help her remember.
that's when I almost started crying. I think if I had cried at any point in the movie, it was that
It's
moment.
the essence of wet.
Wet is the essence of beauty.
Beauty.
That's when I watched it the first time, that's a scene that made me cry. And
Yeah.
I was tearing up when we were watching it the other night.
I was
too.
tearing up just thinking about it just a second ago.
Yeah, it's such a good scene.
This-
Because you see, life being brought back.
Yeah.
And, happiness. And then she starts singing, and, the whole scene just starts getting lit up. And then they all huddle around her. She's like, let me tell you stories about my papa.
Yeah. And dude, in the beginning, she also, whenever they talk to her, whenever her daughter, which is Miguel's grandma, talks to her, it's oh, do you know who I am? She's like, who are you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then at the end, she recognizes her daughter. So, that also just killed me.
it's
What's
so
wrong?
good.
she's
And then
crying.
the grandma's
God.
just crying. She's like, oh, man,
Nothing
I was so wrong this whole fucking time about music.
Yeah.
And then they figure out, and then, it's just...
This scene, so the first time I watched this movie, I watched it with my dad, and I could not
You mean the
let him see me
non-emotional person?
cry. Yeah. I've never seen my dad cry before.
Yeah, I was about to say-
So I was like, ain't no way I'm looking like a bitch. So I went, huh, and hid behind the couch, and he couldn't see me. And then I went, huh, and wiped away the tears, and I came back, and I was fine. Such a good scene, though. Oh, my
Dude,
gosh.
maybe when you disappeared, he did the same thing. He's like, oh, okay,
He's like,
cry
oh,
from his
good.
son. He's like,
Thank God.
Mama Coco.
It's so sweet. And she's the cutest old lady
She
of all time.
is, absolutely. She's
Oh,
in that,
man.
wicker wheelchair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so
The Tusk
great.
wheelchair.
Dude, you want to go back to Tusk? I still got shit to say about Tusk, dude.
We ain't done yet.
Fucking
I
walls.
think we ain't done yet.
But yeah, this movie, so good.
So good.
Easily.
I already gave it a 5 stars.
Yeah.
That like I didn't think I was gonna give a movie 5 stars right off the bat. We gave it 5 Tusks. Well, no,
I gave
5
Tusk
5 Ferraris.
Yeah. Dude, all the movies have gotten 5 for me today. Because
Really?
Coco also gets 5 bones.
I didn't want to, but damn, like these are all good ass movies.
We did good movies this week.
Yeah,
We're fucking good at our jobs.
I gave it 4.8 marigolds out of 5.
Why do you never go 5, Chance?
What's
Because
a marigold?
it's the little
The
flower
flowers.
that is on the bridge.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Did you look it up? That was a marigold? Or do you know it's a marigold?
They say it, did they not?
I don't
Well, I also
don't
saw it
know. I'll look it
online.
up.
I'm not gonna lie. It's like
I ain't sure.
when I saw it, I was like,
I ain't
okay.
gonna lie to you.
But yeah, I only didn't give it like a 5 out of 5 because I do have some anime movies that I rank above this.
Guess
So
I get that.
It's okay to...
Get that.
It's your own personal thing. Never mind. Yeah, it's a marigold. You're right.
Yeah,
So happy for you.
so good. Such a good movie.
5, 4.8.
Yeah. So smash
Dial
hit.
here, 4.8.
This is obviously a success.
Yeah.
It had a $175 million budget.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean it makes sense. Like
Yeah,
all the
it's
animation.
CGI. Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
do you guys remember what they did in the first 20 minutes of the movie, though? Because they were scared it wasn't going to sell?
What?
Do you guys remember this whole fucking thing? They put a Frozen short in the very beginning of the movie with Olaf.
Oh,
You not remember that?
no,
That was a huge thing.
because I didn't see it in theaters.
Damn.
Yeah, so like
I didn't
the
either.
the first week or maybe like a little longer, they put an Olaf short in the beginning of it. It was 20 minutes long.
Oh,
People thought they were in the wrong movie.
oh,
They're like, "What the fuck is happening?" Because they were scared of
20
this movie.
minutes?
Yes, I'm telling you, it was
Holy
long as
shit.
shit.
Usually the shorts are like only like 5 minutes.
Here, I'm gonna look that up.
Wow,
How
that's
long?
so crazy. I mean, I feel like I have heard of that, but I just don't remember. Because, yeah, I never watched it in theaters.
Yeah, I didn't watch it in theaters because honestly, when the trailers came out, I was like, I don't know if I'll enjoy this movie because I don't connect with it well.
The 21-minute long short. Yeah, it's 21 minutes long. It's all about Olaf. They cut it after like a week. They cut it out because they realized the movie was gonna sell, and people were pissed.
Dude, people love this movie.
It's such a It's so fucking. It's annoying that they did that.
I think one of the biggest things, because, you know, they're so, like, in tune on the Mexican heritage. Like, it wasn't just like a, they, you know, like...
Oh, it's in the opening weekend.
Like, that was another thing. I know that they did a lot of good research on, like, this movie. Like,
They made like a lot of frequent trips to Mexico to make sure that they had the culture stuff right and all that
Good.
stuff. They did
So
like the
cool.
appropriate research. But yeah, it did 175 mil budget, and then it got 107 million back.
How much was the budget?
175. So it
didn't break even.
no 807 mil.
Oh, I thought you said 107.
No.
that's what I thought, too. I was
Yeah,
like,
I heard 107. I was like, dude, that's not.
I probably mumbled it a little bit.
damn,
But this
that's
is
so good.
the first.
that's great.
Yeah, this is the first movie ever to have a 9-figure budget with an all Latino principal cast.
That's great. That's so awesome.
Yeah, and it killed it.
Dude, it's such a good. That's what I'm telling you. It's one of my favorite Disney movies. It's so fucking good.
Yeah.
But there is one country that made more in the first month of this being released than the U.S. Can you guys guess which country it is?
I want to say the obvious guess is Mexico, but I don't think it's Mexico.
The
I'm
way,
gonna
yeah,
say
the way
Canada.
he's...
What do you think it is?
Man, I don't know.
I'm going fucking Great White North.
Fucking Microasia.
It is China.
China, really?
Well, you got to think of population.
There's a lot of people in China.
Yeah, like because I was like, why wouldn't it be Mexico? But they don't really have that much
Yeah.
like film and stuff
Yeah.
going around, and
See, China is just, they ban so many movies over there. You never know what's going to make it.
yeah. But it made like 4 more mil in the first month. But I think after that we started crushing them.
Crushing it.
That's how we do it over here.
Dude.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys want a little side little tidbit? This is for a movie, but not one we've talked about. Joker is now the highest grossing R-rated movie.
Oh, really?
Beat out Deadpool 2.
Wow. And
Are you
it's
for real?
Still in
Yeah,
theaters.
and it's still
Holy
in theaters.
cow.
Yeah, I'm
That's
pretty
pretty
fucking
wild.
stoked about it. Talk about a movie on the next podcast.
Yeah, we gotta watch. Yeah, we
Yeah,
gotta.
as soon as it comes out on DVD, like that's
Oh, yeah, we're grabbing
instantly.
boom.
It's the 15th highest grossing animated film ever.
Nice. What was the first, do you know?
Pretty good.
It's The New Lion King.
That's so stupid. I went and
But
saw
it's kinda
that.
stupid.
It's literally a shot for shot remake. I thought they're gonna.
I
have a little
loved
more.
it, but it's because I love Lion King.
Yeah.
Like you're not gonna watch it and be like,
It was
this is
okay.
a different movie. Like, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just thought it was cool. That's pretty crazy that that's number one.
And it's the 11th highest grossing film of 2017. This is where you guys guess which one's the first.
2017. Shit, what came out in 2017?
I'll give...
And animated, you said?
No, this is just
Avengers?
film
Oh.
of 2017.
Avengers?
No.
Fuck.
2017.
After he guesses, I'll give you a
I feel like
hint.
that was a huge year.
It was only 2 years ago, too. It's a crazy thing.
Yeah,
It's
I
just
know.
all a blur.
Yeah, honestly, because I'll look at Coco, like the fact that it's 2017 that came out. I was like, that came out last
blew my
year.
mind. I thought,
Yeah. Dude, damn. Honestly, I'm not sure. Is it Star Wars?
Yep. Last Jedi.
Dang.
Fucking gross, dude.
That's so nuts.
Yeah.
I want us to know.
The hint was going to be...
We're
a movie
anti-Ryan Johnson people.
Movie you don't like.
I figured. The way you were putting it out, I was like,
So
this is going to be
fucking
something
disappointed.
bad.
It's highest grossing film in Mexico.
Yeah.
43 mil. So, like...
Fucking crazy.
Yeah.
43 million?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of money. Don't get me wrong, but yeah.
It got multiple awards, obviously, like multiple animated films with like and everything. It got Academy Awards for Best Animated Feature and Best Original Song for Remember Me.
Yeah.
Which I still think.
I got a question for you, Chance. So you only give one animated movie 5 stars out of 5? What's that one animated movie?
We'll talk about it eventually.
But no other movie can match up to 5 stars for you? There's only ever one best?
No, I wrote 5 stars for other movies on our thing. But yeah. It's like
I'm just jaded.
I have personal reasons for this one not being 5 out of 5.
Okay,
but I don't
I'll take that.
I don't want
I'll
to talk
take that.
about it on the podcast.
I'll take that.
It's not a race thing. I just want to state
You didn't have
that.
to bring that up.
No, because every time I mention anything, you guys like nail me for
This
it.
is all staying in. Hey, we didn't bring up the Terrence Howard thing.
We're gonna cut back in a little bit.
Did you guys know
Timestamp. No, just kidding.
that War Machine was in fucking Zoolander?
Oh yeah, cut back in like now.
Okay.
Let's see. It took 6 years to complete.
Really?
Yeah, just
Oh,
like
wow.
because like it started with different scripts, which I'll get to in a sec.
Ooh, okay.
All the research, making sure everything is perfect. Like, I think Mama Coco's face took a really long time just to do.
Oh, I could see that.
Because of how many layers it did.
Yeah.
But the thing that blew my mind when I was doing research is the original script was going to be about an American child learning about his Mexican heritage.
Oh.
Which
Okay.
they eventually realized that would probably not be the best idea.
Yeah.
Because this was like going to be hyped as like something that is inclusive for Mexican heritage, and then they bring it back to an American boy.
Well, he's Mexican American.
Yeah.
So
but,
it's not like it's some white kid that's fucking learning about this. But
well, yeah, but
it's someone
people
learning about
wanted
their
it
culture.
being placed in their culture, not. From,
Yeah, I get
Yeah.
Because it would have been like based in America, right?
I'm pretty sure. Like
It could have been, or it could have been.
it could have been in Mexico too. Or
Yeah, what
like,
if it's a kid
originally-
traveling with his family down for Day of the Dead, down in Mexico?
Yeah.
And now he's learning about his heritage
Yeah.
because his dad could be from there,
Yeah.
or his mom.
Which I guess
see
that
a
could have been
problem
okay.
with
Yeah.
I'm
I
glad
like-
that it came. This.
I do like how they did it now though, because now it's a purely Mexican film.
Yeah, and it's,
which I really like.
Yeah, it's like we said, it's got the first film to get 9 figures and have an all Latino principal.
Yeah, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's only one living plant in the Day of the Dead, which is the marigold, which is actually super cool because that is their passageway to come into the land of the living.
Yeah, that's what they used.
Yeah, that's really cool.
What is that called? The blessing.
The pedal.
Yeah. They use that as the blessing. It's really cool.
Yeah, these 3 movies we did were great. We're gonna start wrapping up the podcast now, but
we could talk about this for a while.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be a little longer than the last episode, but
I have
should
like
be.
2 more quick
two
things.
more?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
The
Get it out,
animators made sure that they were correct on everything.
Yeah.
To the point where they had real guitarists play with a camera at the end of the guitar, the notes, and then they would animate them playing the correct notes.
That's pretty cool.
that is so cool. That's the
Uh,
shit I love about this movie.
Disney's so good when it comes to details like that.
And the name was changed in Brazil. I didn't write the name that they changed it to, but the reason is because Coco means poop in Brazil.
Holy shit.
I'll look it up.
It's like Viva and then Viva something something.
I think it's like Viva Voce.
It was just called Viva a Vida E.
Yeah.
Uma Festa. Sorry, there was like a weird cutoff in there. Viva a Vida E Uma Festa.
See, I didn't want to write it because I didn't want to pronounce it.
Yeah, that's kind of wild. Huh.
That's
pretty crazy.
That's a crazy thing. You go from Coco to like a 5-letter sentence.
Yeah, exactly. I guess it's not a bad thing that they did.
5-letter, 5-word sentence.
Yeah, let's go see Poop.
Yeah. Poop.
Yeah. So again, these, like I was saying a little bit earlier, before I so rudely interrupted my chain.
You interrupted my facts.
Hey. Anyway. So as you can see, we could, not even just me, like we all feel like it just keep going on and on. Like these 3 movies were great. If you guys haven't seen these yet, you have to watch them.
Yeah, definitely.
At
least Tusk.
I was about to say, no, I highly recommend Tusk. I feel like everybody's, Zoolander and Coco were both big hits.
Yeah.
So Tusk wasn't, as we've seen.
Yeah, watch this movie so you can be the guy that recommends a cool movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can be the cool guy in your friend group.
Yeah. Oh, Kevin Smith.
All right.
So,
are we wrapping this up?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's time to wrap her.
The Boys Night podcast with Brady, Lige, and myself.
Chance.
Go ahead and follow us on Twitter at Boys Night Pick. So at Boys Night PIC. Oh, is it PICS?
Yes.
Okay, Boys Night Picks.
Yeah, it wouldn't allow pictures. It was too long.
What about ink?
I could change it to that.
Right now it's at
Boys Night Picks.
Yes.
In the YouTube, Boys Night Pictures. Go subscribe on YouTube. We're available on multiple different places.
Yeah.
We're trying to get.
We blew up. What can I say?
Real quick, if you subscribe to us on YouTube, don't plug your own shit.
Our only comment.
We're a fledgling podcast, so if you could not plug your stuff and pull views away from us, that'd be great.
Like, I'm all about supporting other things, but it's like, come on, man. We're really trying here.
We're grinding.
I got so excited seeing one comment. I was like, ooh. And then it's just like some person's ad. It was probably a bot, too.
Yeah.
Because it didn't seem genuine at all.
Can't even throw like a like on it for us.
Yeah. But so far, as of right now, the podcast is available on YouTube, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Breaker, and I have the email up. Radio Public. So if you have any of those, or if your friends have those and they want to listen, tell them we're available on those. And hopefully by next week we'll be available on more. And next week we're going to wrap up the Halloween season, and we're going to have the original Halloween, which I love.
Yeah, great movie.
I'm okay with
the remake of Poltergeist.
Haven't seen it.
We're going to have the original Nightmare on Elm Street as well.
Yeah. Spooky season.
Spooktober.
I'm pretty excited for next week because I like horror movies.
Yeah.
They get my juices a-flowing.
I'm okay on horror movies. I hated them as a kid because it scared the shit out of me.
Yeah.
But I think that's why I love them so much now.
Yeah. See, I'm still scared of them.
Little kid inside of me. Okay.
All right. So, that was the podcast. Wait till next week.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Peace.
Boys night.
Okay.
So that was it.